Radio Plus Sports.
Free throw line, nice back cut, and a find to Cale Peterson. And Gracie Gopalin puts it up, puts it in, gets knocked to the floor into the free throw line. A little crossover dribble, goes up with the right hand, gets it to go. Waupun on a roll right now. Will go up with the left hand, puts it in. Another steal and a basket for the Randolph Rockets. Vanderwerf getting the ball to Spies, and she pounds one down and puts it off the arms of Delaney Rudinger and out of bounds. Walda's going to get it near the middle, and DeVries pushes it off to the right. Off to the races the other way. Throws it up to Emba, throws it down and in. Unbelievable alley-oop to Ben Emba. Throws it down for the two. What a feed into Ben Emba from Will Sines.
Dual feeds Johannes again. That one off the window and in. Johannes to the line.
Thanks to our sponsors in today's game.
Laconia has the basketball with a chance. Madigan gets it in for Engel. Back to Madigan. Spots up. Got it! He scores!
And people, there are your state champions, the Randolph Lady Rockets. Congratulate them on an unbelievable storybook season. Your Waupun Lady Warriors are champions of Division III girls basketball.
The complete broadcast schedule can be found at radioplusinfo.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Gus in Waupun. Steve Witterhack with you here to bring you some Waupun Warrior boys baseball. Our first spring game. I told Nick don't schedule anything while it's winter coat weather out there, and luckily just beautiful weather, unbelievable. Up around 80 degrees today. I'm not sure what the official temp is right now, but still a bit of a breezy day, but still you can't complain about that this time of year. I've been in some very cold conditions. I think it was almost the same date last year. I was over at WLA doing a Laconia at WLA game, and it was, I was uncontrollably shivering. I was going to get up and take off out of there. But now we got beautiful weather here tonight. Waupun in a non-conference matchup against the Laconia Spartans. Both teams undefeated so far on the season. Waupun sitting at 5-0 so far, and Laconia sitting at 3-0. Waupun has looked pretty impressive throughout the year so far. Very young squad that they put out on the field. Just a couple seniors on the roster. They got some players that got their third year in already, but they're juniors. There's some surprises that some players that I thought were actually some seniors by now, but just still underclassmen yet. So here we go on the mound for the Waupun Warriors. This is the big righty, Jake Krieger. Facing Connor Shaver, the first baseman for Laconia starting out. Hunter Camp behind home plate. Mason Holtz over at first. Landon Richter is at second base. Evan Sauer at shortstop. Next pitch into the lefty is fouled off and out of play. Puts the count at 1-1. Third baseman Emmett Hull. Left to right in the outfield for Waupun, Conrad Davis, Bryant Ferris, and Ethan Cunningham. Comes the 1-1 pitch from Krieger. Swung on and fouled back into the screen. Sawyer Schultes is awaiting on deck. Number 3 batters Keaton Grotti. The rest of the batting order for Laconia, Reed McCauley, Dakota Britton, Camden Smith, Justin Segerman is their DH, Jaden Grotti, and Carter Farrell. 1-2 pitch down in the ground, and ball makes the count 2-2. Yep, Jeff Sauer here again, teaming up with us. Again, thanks, Jeff, for joining us again for another season out here for baseball. You've been covering this team anyway.
Yeah, I have been. I've been watching some of their games that we didn't quite have scheduled to get going here, and they really have been a fun team to watch. They go in spurts from what I've seen, and I'm really looking forward to. They did a nice job of scheduling around here and getting to see all of the local talent as well. So I'm ready for this Warrior baseball season.
Yeah, we're here doing the Waupun against Laconia game tomorrow. We'll be back here again to do the Waupun taking on Lamira matchup. A swing and a miss on the 3-2 pitch and a strikeout to start things out for Jake Krieger. Nice job coming right at him with a fastball and a swing and a miss. One out on the board, nobody on, and that'll bring up Sawyer Schultes, number 2 in the batting order. He's their third baseman. So far on the season, Jake with a 1.17 ERA. No decisions yet from what I've seen in the stats. With 2 appearances so far. This is his third appearance.
I think when we were having some previous conversations up here, one of the things is that they pretty deep at the pitcher spot, but we don't know exactly where they're going to be as far as strength of pitchers.
Yeah, that's always been Waupun's strength, really, since they added that pitch count, and they've always had a pretty deep pitching staff compared to what most teams have out there. This one is ripped right over the top of the glove of Evan Sauer out to left center field, and a one-out single off the bat of Sawyer Schultes. Just a few inches above the glove of Evan Sauer. So runner at first base, one down, and Keaton Grotti. You know, he's a great athlete. Never seen him play baseball yet, but I know he's a great basketball player.
Yeah.
So we got Keaton out there, and in the number 3 slot, of course, the shortstop, but he's not pitching. Yeah, victory so far for Laconia on the season. They took a couple from Lemira, 2-1, 2-1, and 5-4, and also played Mayville and beat them 5-4. So 3-0 not only on the season, but in conference play, which is big in the flyway. Lemire was expected to be a pretty good team in the conference. So a bunch of one-run wins so far for the Laconia Spartans. It's going to miss low and away, puts the count now at 2-0.
Oh.
Yeah, wind looks like it's blowing out right towards the left field, so nice for the pull hitters and the right-handed hitters. They can put one up in the jet stream and might carry right out of the park. No home runs I saw for Waupun so far in the season, but
not yet that I've seen. I haven't seen them carry one. There's been some great placement hits, but nothing over the fence.
Roddy takes on the next pitch and a called strike on the 3-0 pitch. Makes the count now 3-1. Sawyer Schultes standing over at first base. And Jake Krieger on the mound for the Waupun Warriors. This is 3-1 pitch. That's poked over towards second base. Diving forward, and Landon Richter was kind of cheating over towards second base. That gets past the right fielder, Cunningham, and that's going to allow a run to score. Now you had Landon Richter kind of cheating over towards second base, and it was just poked over their opposite field off the bat of Keaton Grotti, and he's got himself a ball that gets past the right fielder. Besides, has himself at second base and a run in for the Laconia Spartans. Goes down officially by our official scores up here, a single and then an error on the right fielder for letting the ball get past them. So runner at second base and one run in, only one down. That brings up the cleanup batter, Reed McCauley. Left fielder for the Spartans. Swung on, and it's going to get fouled over on the right field side. Giving chase is Holtz, but it makes its way out of play. 1-1 the count into Reed McCauley. I get used to this now. It was basketball the last thing we did, and that was the girls' basketball tournament, so that's a little different pace when you do a game. Now you can get a recliner out and just sit back and chill out. Maybe tell some stories like Bob Euchre. I don't know. You got any stories, Jeff? Anything funny happened to you today? Or?
Well, something always happens funny. I'm Medina students at a middle school. That happens all the time. It's just whether I can share them now. It'll go in my book when I retire.
Look for the book after Jeff retires. Can't put those out there till you're done working for the school district.
Right.
This one is chopped.
Radio Plus.
Picked up third base by Emmett Hull all the way across the field, and that's over the top of the first baseman's head. Holtz makes it back to the fence, and Grotti rounding third, looking to score. And that's going to be a little off the mark on the throw home, and Grotti scores. And a tough one anyway. It was questionable whether it could have got that out, but then it sailed over the top of the head of Mason Holtz. And a backup by Ethan Cunningham to get it in, but the throw off the mark at home plate, which would have been a close play at best. Also, all of a sudden, down 2-0 here with just one down and a runner at first base. Dakota Britton up to bat now, the center fielder. expecting the hot weather. I was going to see Jeff showing up the guns or something today with see if he had a tank top on, and there's rumors, but I don't know if it's rumors or not. I know you're helping out where you're teaching right now. They said you might have a tattoo of the golden beaver on your shoulder or not. Is that's just false information?
Yeah, that's just put in there with a marker for right now.
Just a marker to see if you like it first.
Right, exactly.
You're working for Waupun. You're over in Beaver Dam, but covering everything Waupun over here. So you're glad to have you over in our direction. That one's in foul territory over on first base side. Foul territory, and that's going to drop to the ground. And wind kind of eating up Mason Holtz over there. And new life for the batter, Dakota Britton. 1-2 to count.
That's been the challenge, I would say, in all the games so far this year, is that they're not used to the wind. And just noticing right now today, it looks like that's the first wind screens that have been put up out in the center, too. So, but it wouldn't make a difference because we got a south wind here.
1-2 the count for Britton. Runner at first base. 2 runs in. 2-0 in favor of Laconia here in the top of the first inning. And hopefully Laconia does not make Waupun pay for missing that pop-up. And I don't judge. I'm sure I would not even get within 10 feet of where that ball landed with that wind blowing the way it is.
No, again, and plus you're looking into the sun, so you got your sunglasses on and eye black as much as you can.
Runner goes on the pitch, and the ball bobbled at home plate by Hunter Camp. So runner's safe over at second base.
Strikeout looking.
Well, going down looking was Dakota Britton. So a couple strikeouts. Runner though at second base in scoring position, and like I said, 2 runs in already for Laconia. Left-handed hitter Camden Smith up to bat now, second baseman. I'm just taking a wild guess here, but I'm sure that's got to be Coach Greg Smith's son, I'm guessing, out there batting right now.
That would probably make sense.
Yeah. Second baseman for Laconia. This one's chopped to the ground, but foul over on the first base side. Puts the count now at 1-1 to Smith. Justin Segerman, the DH, waiting on deck. And we'll be here tomorrow for the Waupun hosting Lemira Lions game. So looking forward. We got a bunch of really good teams around the area. Waupun girls softball's another one of those very young teams that they're going to be good for some years coming up. I think they've got 2 or 3 really good pitchers that are just freshmen. One's going to be coming back from leg injury from the basketball season. And I can't wait to see how they do. We've got them on our schedule coming up in a week or 2.
Yeah, they actually have a doubleheader coming up on Saturday here versus West Salem.
Swing and a miss on the next pitch in. This Saturday?
Yeah, I was thinking about maybe possibly going over there and at least paying attention a little bit, but I found out that I'm going to be dog sitting once again, and dog does it really well, but I kind of spoil him a little bit, so he doesn't listen as well when I'm not around.
Well, walk to Smith is issued. Now runners at first and second base, and that'll bring up Justin Segerman, the designated hitter. Jaden Grotti, first baseman, awaiting on deck. 7th batter of the inning here for Laconia with 2 down, runners at first and second, and 2 runs in, 2-0 in favor of the visiting Spartans. Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on that girls softball team from Waupun, also Oakfield's team.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe get over to Laconia. Randolph, I think we're doing a game or 2 of theirs, either boys softball or baseball over there, but I think we're getting a couple trips over to Randolph.
Yeah, I think it's both, if I remember correctly. I think we do have a couple baseball games and a softball game for sure, and I think we have a same situation over at Oakfield. It's will be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to covering the local sports, I think, and as we talked a lot during the basketball season, it's great for the players to be able to get some of that viewership out there and some recognition for the things they do.
I just love being able to talk to the young athletes. I mean, they are so good at getting interviewed nowadays. Before they were scared to death, and now it's become a normal thing. And some really great interviews with just, some 14, 15, all the way up to 18-year-old athletes out there. I've been very impressed by them. Big cut on the next pitch into Segerman. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, and we're going to try and get that today, too. So we'll see if we can get down on the diamond and get some interviews taking place at the end of the game.
Derrick's usually has a fairly long meeting with the players afterwards. This one has popped up in the air way out to right field, chasing right fielder Cunningham. Ethan Cunningham gets underneath it in right center field and brings it in, but not before the damage is done. Pond gives up some hits and also 2 runs across the plate. And now trail 2-0. And we'll be back in just 90 seconds with the bottom half of inning number 1 of Waupun's at bat right after this on Radio Plus.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life. Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Okay, we are back at the Gus in Waupun. Waupun gives up 2 in the top of inning number 1 and trailed 2-0 going into the bottom half of inning number 1. Let's take a look at the batting order for the Warriors. Emmett Hull, third baseman, will be leading off, followed by first baseman Mason Holtz, then shortstop Evan Sauer in the 3 slot. Cleanup batters Jake Krieger, the pitcher. Then designated hitter Chase Beam is batting 5th, followed by right fielder Ethan Cunningham, center fielder Bryant Ferris. Conrad Davis, the left fielder, is batting 8th. And the rest of the lineup is Hunter Camp. Catcher batting 8th. Carter Farrell, the right-handed pitcher, on the mound now for the Spartans. Here's his first pitch. Fastball is going to miss a little high and tight. Logan Pline behind home plate. Connor Shaver at first for the Spartans. Camden Smith over at second base. Shortstop is Keaton Grotti, and Sawyer Schultes is over at third base. Gets that. The curve in. No offer on the pitch from Hull. Called strike, makes the count 1-1. Left to right in the outfield for the Spartans, Reed McCauley, Dakota Britton, and Jaden Grotti. Comes the 1-1 pitch for Farrell. That's going to miss low, puts the count at 2-1.
Can you believe it's April and we've got this for baseball weather?
Yeah, Derek Stanke said that he cannot remember this early in the season having a day in these days like this. Swing and a miss on the next pitch into Hull. Count is now 2-2. Two pitch now from Farrell. A little it's on the ground and getting chased. What was I going to say? So it did not go. Call that a ball and make it a 3-2 count.
Emmett did a really good job of holding back on that one. It certainly was right in there. It was a great pitch. Umpire couldn't quite tell us. I think there's a lot of movement in front of him, and he did a great job of reaching down and asking his partner for some help.
Comes the 3-2 pitch from Farrell. It's going to miss high and away, and Del Carter thought maybe he had him on that one, but it's going to miss, and issue to the leadoff batter, Evan Hull. So runner at first base, nobody out in that. We'll bring up the left-handed hitter, Mason Holtz. Evan Sauer waiting on deck. Yeah, going from you think you had him strike out a pitch before that to walking him. Waupun can take advantage and get some on the board themselves here in the first inning. Yeah, come down to the Diamonds. A lot of great action going on both ends of Lincoln Street for the girls and the boys here in town. I got 5 games coming up next week for the Waupun Warrior baseball team. Derek Stanke seems pretty happy with the way things are going. He's got, like I said, a pretty young squad. And even some guys with 3 years in on varsity that are not even seniors yet on the team. So that's crazy that they got to take the role of kind of being seniors for a couple years in a row.
Yeah, I know you talked about that earlier, that can't believe you've seen these guys over and over and you think that they're already seniors, but no, he still has a young team.
This is popped in the air over behind third base. Kind of getting twisted around over there. That's going to land in and be a single off the bat of Mason Holtz. Just put it right behind third base, right on the edge where the grass is off the dirt. And he had both the shortstop Keaton Grotti over there and Sawyer Schultes kind of spinning around left and right. And see Grotti try to reach his glove out there, but that one lands in and spins out of, into foul territory, but a single, and runners at first and second now for Waupun. There's that wind again playing havoc for the fielders here. Very windy day of that wind coming out of the south. So nobody out now. Evan Sauer is up on a hard shot. Ball is knocked down by Schultes. Steps on third base and forces Hull out over at third base. But a good job by the third baseman Sawyer Schultes just to knock it down. Landed right in front of him and just stepped over to third base to get the force out. So runner still at first and second base, but one out. And that will bring up Jake Krieger up to bat.
Got to see Jake in basketball this season.
Oh, yeah, big guy inside. Likes to bang around in there and really developed this year. Fun watching him grow. We've seen him from his freshman year already. Sophomore this past season, but big, strong kid.
And again, that's one of them. You think he's older because we've covered him so much, but he's only a sophomore.
Swings on the next pitch in and fouls it back, makes the count 0-2. I was asking his grandpa and grandma with Jerry and Chris. I'd usually sit right down here alongside the press box and ask him, what's his favorite sport? Does he like baseball better? Does he like basketball better? And they really couldn't say themselves what they thought. I did see that Jake, they had a thing that they had posted up, and he was like a student interview that they did with him, and they asked him what he wanted to do, and he wanted to be a sportscaster. So I thought I'm going to ask him to come up and help us with one of the girls' games, and he didn't want to do it. So he wasn't quite ready yet.
No.
I told him, I said, you might want to get a different profession. Not a lot of money in that. So. Unless you own the station.
Right.
Yeah. That one is fouled and makes the count now 1-2 with just one down. Runners at first and second. Still a 2-0 lead for Laconia. That's kind of a weak grounder over towards third base. Scooped up by Schultes. Throws over to first to Shaver to get the out, and runners advance to second and third. So kind of did the job that a bunt would have did over there, and gets thrown out at first base, but 2 down. Runners in scoring position. A pretty good hitter coming up to bat with Chase Beam. It's one of your freshmen out there with Beam up to bat. Batting .467 on the season. This pitch is going to miss just a bit high for ball one.
Also saw him on the pitcher's mound again, and a big kid, looks solid so far out there. And
yeah, he's not built like a freshman. He's a pretty solid kid.
Yeah.
Ooh, fools him on that one. Takes a little off, pulls the string on it, and a swing and a miss. Beam swings over the top of that one.
A hockey player, had a really pretty good season as a hockey player as well, as a freshman having to step in and fill into the lineup.
Next pitch is swung on and chopped foul over on the third base side. Puts the count at 1-2. I got to get down there and watch. It's been a couple of years since I've been down to the hockey rink. George Bauman always said, you got to learn how to do hockey. You got to do hockey. And I said, well, if you learn how to do volleyball, then I'll go do hockey. And he goes, well, okay, we'll call it even. He said.
Yeah. And that's the one I love doing, so I think that we stepped in and we're getting a lot of coverage where we need to get coverage.
Yeah, we thank you for that, as we were kind of lacking in that. And, Nick Rush did an admirable job with it, but he said it's not really in his comfort zone. Called strike three. Beam watches strike three go by, and Waupun comes up empty, stranding a couple of runners. And now trail this game 2-0 after one complete. Back in 90 seconds with more Waupun Warrior Baseball live from the Gus on Radio Plus.
Looking to boost that bottom line? Check out the Massey Ferguson 7700S Series tractor at Waupun Equipment Company. These versatile machines have a wide selection of engine, transmission, and hydraulic specs so you can get the perfect machine for the work you need it to do. High-quality engineering and the latest precision farming tools add value and help you find new ways to be profitable. All this from the straightforward, dependable Massey Ferguson 7700S Series. See Waupun Equipment in Waupun, Watertown, and Eden for details.
Hi, this is Bucky with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal. Wisconsin weather, it goes through the phases, like us. Whether you need a repair to your current system or an upgrade to a brand new one, we have you covered in all seasons and all phases. Ask about our Guardian maintenance plans to help keep your units running efficiently and reliably all year through. Call 920-763-2301. That's 920-763-2301. Log on allphasecomforts.com.
PT Tire and Service, how can I help you?
Hi, my dad is out in the field kicking his tires and saying naughty words. Can you help?
Thanks for calling. Just leave the rest to us. Tire problems are no problem at PT Tire and Service.
PT Tire and Service, the tire experts of Central Wisconsin, offering 24/7 tire services. Call 346-TIRE or stop by 301 East Clark Street, Brandon. For all your tire problems and needs, that's 346-TIRE.
Okay, we're back, top of the second inning here at the Gus in Waupun. Waupun trailing 2-0, number 8-9, and then top of the order coming up for Laconia, starting with Jaden Grotti. Second pitch into him is going to miss high and tight. Makes the count 2-0. Carter Farrell, the pitcher, is waiting on deck. And in the hole is Connor Shaver. Waupun mustering just one hit, and that was just kind of a misplayed ball by the fielders, having trouble with the wind. Waupun strands runners at second and third base. Couldn't get one to cross the plate, so a nice job by Farrell first inning against Waupun hitters. Comes a 3-0 pitch. 4 straight balls thrown into Grotti, and he's issued a walk.
Number 5.
That'll bring up Carter Farrell, the pitcher, with Connor Shaver awaiting on deck. Yeah, good tradition, these two teams playing each other, and not just baseball, but basketball's become quite a battle for especially the girls lately. Both getting to state the last couple years, both winning one state championship. It should be another great battle coming up next year because a very young team in Laconia. Everybody coming back for Waupun again next year. So that will be one good non-conference game when those two teams meet each other next year.
Yeah, and it's great to play local. I mean, especially for our fans and our sponsors out there, able to get a little bit expanded coverage.
Yeah, so many tie-ins with the community between Waupun and Laconia, Rosendale, Brandon area that the Laconia kids come from, and there's so many tie-ins, so many family members. You go to one of those games, it's always a packed house, very charged atmosphere normally when you play Laconia and anything. And a lot of people have family on both sides.
Yeah.
So I guess we need some pronunciations on some of the Laconia names. I said no, a lot of them are the same as some Waupun names that
right. Yeah.
And have been there for many years. Some of the Grottis have been there for so many years. And that one is right back over to the pitcher, picked up by Krieger. Throws to first, gets the out there, but runner does advance over to second base. So Carter Farrell does his job and moves the runner over to second.
Number 9, Connor Shaver. On deck, number 12, Sawyer Schultes.
So one down and top of the order up with Connor Shaver, who struck out his first at-bat back in the first inning. Worked the count to a full count during that at-bat, and ended up striking out in the end. A big swing and a miss for him. So runner at second base. One down, and like I said, top of the order up.
Yeah, Laconia came out on fire, put those 2 runs up. Here's another hit.
Well, this is opposite field at the left center field. That's going to drop in. And that's going to score a run again for Laconia, and a RBI double for top of the order batter Connor Shaver. Nice hit going opposite field, that left-hander, out to left center field, and set right between center fielder and the left fielder out there to get himself an RBI and a double.
And you had mentioned before, Steve, about the wind. That one is one that was really wind-aided, got up above the press box here, and the wind is flag you can see out there off this third base camera standing right on end. Carried it all the way out there past the fielders. Couldn't even react in time.
Brings up Sawyer Schultes. Got a single back in the first inning, and he hits one high in the air out towards left field. Giving chase is Davis, and that one's going to get by him and out to the fence. He's going to score another run. So now Waupun all of a sudden trailing 4-0.
At the plate, number 11, Keaton Grotti. On deck, number 18, Reed McCauley.
There's another one of those again. Conrad was back there, I believe. That had a good read on it, but just kept carrying and carrying on him.
Keaton Grotti had a single and scored back in the first inning, called strike on the first pitch into him. So again, another runner at second base, and still only 1 down for Laconia, and 2 runs in, leading 4-0. So chopper over towards Sauer at shortstop, takes out on the second hop, and had to kind of rush that throw a little bit because there's a pretty fast runner with Grotti, and then boy, would have had the runner over at third, but that one gets past Hull, kind of rolls away from him, and then runner safe at third base. Yeah, so Evan kind of picked the ball up, kind of, and all of a sudden he had to hurry up to have his whole motion to get it to first because Grotti's got some wheels. Yeah, they did get him out. So that is out number 2, but a runner now at third base. And Reed McCauley coming up. He's the left fielder. It's going to go behind his head on the pitch from Krieger.
Now, number 18, Reed McCauley. Deck, number 1, Dakota Britton.
It's not a great start here for Waupun, and definitely Laconia with their hitting shoes on here today against Waupun, and again the wind playing a factor for both teams so far in the game. Another one behind the head. That make you a little nervous being up to bat when you have a couple sail right behind your helmet. McCauley 2-0 in this at bat. Oof. That one also behind him. That one gets back to the screen and scores the run from third base. So 3 pitches way off the mark, and all of them behind the batter. Reed McCauley makes the count 3-0. $5-0 in favor of Laconia. That one misses high and tight, but closer to the strike zone. But 4 straight pitches, 4 balls, and runner over to first base on a walk. Dakota Britton now stepping to the plate, the center fielder. He went down looking, strikeout victim back in the first. And first pitch into him, misses for ball 1.
Jake rushing just a little bit. It seems like the arm motion and everything's a little bit out of sync. That looked a little bit better there this time.
Yeah, misses inside on that one just off the plate. Makes the count at 2-0. Camden Smith awaiting on deck. And this one's high and away. 3-0. So
7 straight balls.
Yeah, 4-pitch walk to McCauley, who's standing at first base now, and now a 3-0 count, and this is going to a little timeout and a talk with Hunter Camp with his pitcher Jake Krieger. Runners now at first and second base as they give him the base at the end for Britton. McCauley at second base. And that'll bring up Camden Smith the second baseman, coming up to bat. He was issued a walk back in the first inning. $5-0 now, Laconia. Your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. This is popped on the air in the first over on short at left center field, and nice job by Evan Sauer backpedaling out to the outfield to haul it in for the out, but not before 3 more runs score for Laconia in the top of the second inning. After 1.5 innings, it is Waupun trailing Laconia 5-0. Back after this on RP Sports.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Welcome back to the Gus and Waupun. Waupun gives up 3 runs to Laconia in the top of the second inning. Now trail 5-0. Up to bat now for the Warriors, number 6, 7, and 8 in the batting order, starting with Ethan Cunningham, Bryant Ferris, and Conrad Davis. 3 scheduled batters for Waupun here in the bottom of the second. Carter Farrell again on the mound for Laconia. Takes a little off that one. Bends in for a called strike. No offer from Cunningham on that first pitch. Down 0-1 in the count. And this is popped in the air in foul territory. Schultes had a pretty good jump on it, but ends up getting by him out towards the fence away from the third baseman, Schultes. But makes the count 0-2 on Ethan Cunningham. Missy Holtz out there watching, says, "Come on, Warriors. You can do it."
Missy has been on. She knows the program because of the hockey stuff and everything. So she knows to jump on right away and let the kids know. So she's done an amazing job all season so far.
0-2 the count for Ethan Cunningham. This one down in the dirt. Makes it a 1-2 count. Yeah, if you want to let us know you're out there, feel free to let us know on the chat. If you want to cheer on your Warriors or your Laconia Spartans. Everybody invited to put something on there. Pitch misses outside. Count is now 2-2 to Cunningham. That's the one thing that sticks in my mind, too, about doing baseball again. At this time, you always miss supper. You can always smell the burgers eventually, and this one's down in the dirt. Your stomach's just growling, and you got to quick make a run over there by Sandy, see if she's still got some leftovers after the game, which a lot of times, sometimes they don't.
No, depending upon if the visiting team sticks around.
Comes a 3-2 pitch, a swing and a miss by Cunningham. Farrell gets another strike at his second so far of the ball game, and that'll bring up Bryant Ferris, the center fielder. Bryant batting .267 on the season so far, right-handed hitter. Center fielder for the Waupun Warriors. That's a called strike right over the inside part of the plate into Ferris. Down to the count right away, 0-1. So 1 down, nobody on for Waupun. 5-0 deficit here to Laconia. Just bottom of the second inning. This one is swung on, but chopped foul over on the third base side. 0-2 the count to Bryant. Conrad Davis awaiting on deck. Comes the 0-2 pitch from Farrell. That's chopped over towards second base, and Played well by Grotti, throws to first and just in time to get Ferris.
Bryant has some amazing wheels. We've watched him beat out a whole bunch of stuff.
Now up number 11, Conrad Davis.
I could tell Keaton didn't seem too worried about it over there. Looks like he's he trusts his arm and just threw a frozen rope over to first to just get the out ahead of Ferris getting there.
Another one of those young players here for the Warriors was Brian Ferris.
Yeah, this one rolls over to second base. Camden Smith picks it up, throws it at first, and Waupun goes down quietly. 1-2-3. Nobody reaches for Waupun, and they trail 5-0 after 2 complete. Back with the top of the third inning in just 1 minute on Radio Plus.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
Andy with us here at the Other Bar Main Street in downtown Waupun. The weather's turning, Andy. It's baseball weather, your favorite, right? Here we go.
Absolutely. The Brewers are on. It's my time of year. The kids are playing well, rolling right along. You can guarantee we've always got the Brewer games going every time they're playing.
Some of the tap lines are always changing, Andy. Some of the seasonal stuff. Talk about that for us.
We're starting to transition over some of the darker stuff and into some of the lighter stuff for summer. We've got a sour on tap right now, and you can definitely find our featured beer from Three Sheeps called the Other Bar Pills. That one we got rolling. That's a mainstay. You'll have to chop in and check out what we got. We got 16 different tap lines going and constantly rolling barrels over, and Steve and I are making things interesting as we go.
11 o'clock is when you open daily, in and out for lunch too.
We've always got something going on the special board. You'll have to stop in and see what Tierney's rolling out of the kitchen for that day. We always have hot beef, hot pork, and hot turkey with mashed potatoes and gravy. That's pretty much a mainstay, but Tierney is always rolling something out every day.
Andy, have a great week. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
The Other Bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard to get to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-344-5887.
Okay, we are back with a new pitcher for Waupun. Evan Sauer moves from shortstop to the mound. And Brian Ferris moves over to shortstop, and probably Mason out in center field now.
Yeah, that's his normal spot. And this is this is very similar to what they did when Waupun played against Winneconne. I know you didn't see that game, but they were down. Kids were playing out of what I would consider to be their normal positions, with Mason playing over at first, Jake back shuffling over there after pitching.
So Justin Segerman up to bat now. He flew out to right center field. His last at bat back in the first inning. Had the count 2-0, and this one is a hit deep out towards center field. Holtz giving chase, and that's going to land in, make its way all the way to the fence. And Segerman rounds first, heads to second. And a leadoff double for Laconia off the bat of Justin Segerman. A little bit of a charge in the ball. Got past Holtz, could not get there in time, and this little one-hopper off the fence just right of the dead straight center field. Laconia swinging the bats here early against Waupun.
Good charge in the ball, and again got it up into the jet stream and let the wind help him out. And Mason has good speed as well, so that you could tell that it was hit hard. One hop of the fence.
We're meeting with head coach Greg Smith and his batter Jaden Grotti. Yeah, had a lot of conversations in the past. Known Greg for a few years. Good guy. I even reached out to him this morning. Actually gave me his batting order and the whole lineup and everything this morning already just by texting him, and he said all was there and had fun with their run back when Waupun was at state, and not even a 500 team going to the playoffs, and somehow Laconia found their way at the state tournament, into the championship game. Now, not only getting there, but getting to the championship game.
Good athletes coming all around these local schools here. So, again, it's been a blast.
Big swing and a miss on the next pitch into Jaden Grotti. Evens the count at 1-1. Yeah, I talked to Scott Ritzma, the softball coach over at Laconia, and got some great years there where they won state 3 years in a row. And he says that could be happening coming up. He's got some pretty good stuff coming up. And that one's going to sail over the head off the throw of Ferris over to first base. And they throw over to second base and runner out over there. I don't know if they got him coming through or after he overslid the base, but they did get the out at second after they sailed the ball over the first baseman's head. And runner stays over at third base, gets to third and stays there.
Number 5, Carter Farrell on deck.
Again, if they're not used to playing on this diamond, it's really difficult to slide into bases and make sure you stay tight. You'll watch the Waupun players slide earlier, and they reach that arm out and grab that base and actually try and snap it off so that they can be safe. And there's one of those just the not knowing the field.
And this is a slow chopper over towards shortstop, and Ferris can't haul it in, and that brings in another run. And runner safe over at first base. It's going to be a tough one anyway.
Bryant coming in and charging on the ball. I mean, that was a great pickup that he had on that last play, and this time, again, they're challenging him to make excellent plays there at shortstop, and he's done it in the past, but just struggling just a little bit.
Yeah, it would have been a tough one. He had to come in quite a ways to get that chopped ball over towards shortstop, so maybe tried to hurry himself just a bit. But
yep.
Back to the top of the order with a runner at first base, just one down for Laconia. 6-0 lead, top of the third inning. 2 in the first, 3 in the second inning. Now 1 here so far in the top of the third inning. Right down Main Street, taking all the way Shaver and the called strike. Throw to first, not in time.
I didn't see what Bob Spanbauer marked that, or what did you mark that down as? Yeah, it was a tough play. He had to get on this horse, but it did have it in his glove, and it kind of dumped out. Yeah,
there it goes on the pitch. Here's the throw from Camp to second base.
Nice day there.
And they got him. Nice job, and a great job by Ferris to put that tag on him, but a nice throw by Camp to put it right there to get that out. Good job. The Warriors getting that out at second base, clearing the base paths. Now 2 down. And still at the bat is number 1 in the batting order, Connor Shaver. The 1-1 count. Ooh, nice pitch on that one. A little movement on the pitch, and comes back in over the plate, and a swing and a miss by Shaver. 1-2 the count. Kind of off the end of the bat, a roller up behind second base, picking up his Ferris. There was a one-hopper over to first base to Krieger that he can't bring in. And runner safe at first.
I think that one fooled Brian, too, because it came off the end of the bat, didn't quite have the velocity. And he picked it up, and I think he could see Shaver flying down the line and tried to rush that throw and just hit it in the dirt, and Jay Krieger couldn't pull it out of there.
That brings up Sawyer Schultes. He scored a couple times in the ball game with a couple of hits. Called strike on the first pitch into him. His first look at Evan Sauer pitching.
Shaver and Schultes.
Next pitch is a swung on out towards right field. Cunningham comes in and hauls it in for out number 3, and Waupun gives up another run here in the top of the third inning and now trails 6-0. Back in just 60 seconds with the bottom half of inning number 3 on Radio Plus.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
What is Spartan Pride? For the Rosendale-Brandon School District, it's about being a great place to grow and learn. It's about putting what's best for students at the forefront of each decision. It's about being an area leader in education, as well as favorite choice for open enrollment. For more information about open enrollment, check out the district's website. Applications for open enrollment can only be accepted until April 28th, so apply soon. Spartan Pride is also about celebrating the accomplishments and future successes of our students. So let's get back to cheering on the Laconia Spartans baseball team. At Rosendale-Brandon, we care about kids.
Okay, here we go. See if Waupun can get something going here in the bottom of the third inning. They still haven't been through the batting order yet, and as Jeff mentioned off the air, that the top three batters for Laconia, have batted every inning so far. All 3 innings, got 3 bad bats already. And Waupun just getting Hunter Camp up to the plate for the first time. Number 9 in the batting order. Emmett Hull waiting on deck, and Mason Holtz. He is in the hole now for Waupun. Saw Hunter Camp many times last year, kind of set up the top of the order in that number 9 slot. And he's going to chop that one over the top of the head, and Grotti's going to pick it up and throw it to first base, but not in time. Perfectly placed ball there for Hunter Camp, a leadoff single. Big high chopper and right at second base, picked up by Grotti, but not in time to get a pretty speedy Hunter Camp for a leadoff single for Waupun. Just their second hit of the ball game. Back to Emmett Hull, the third baseman, up to bat.
You know, we've talked about this several times, too, about the multi-sport athletes, and Hunter Camp is one of those, and Emmett Hull is one of those, and a lot of these players here for Waupun, and it's the same thing for Laconia, just staying in shape and continuing to be out there and build that camaraderie and build a little bit of pride for their schools. It's great to see that we don't have just those one sport specialists.
You know, every sport helps the other one. This one does a sharp hit ball out to right field and lands in for a single off the bat of Emmett Hull, and it's going to be a play over at third base and safe over there. Nice aggressive running of the base pass by Camp, that's kind of the hard-nosed play he brought in the basketball court too. And I don't know if he got the green light to head over to third or if he just did it on his own, but he's safe over at third base. So runners now at the corners for Waupun. A couple singles to get us going here in the bottom half of inning number 3. And that will bring up Mason Holtz, left-handed batter up to bat now for Waupun. Had a single his last at bat. Swings on the first one that's hit high in the air down the left field line, and that one is hauled in by the left fielder Reed McCauley, tagging his Camp, and he's safe. No throw to home plate, but again, just a fly out right along the line over on the left field side. They did get the out, but a run in for Waupun.
Nice sacrifice fly out there for Mason Holtz to push a run across the plate.
So 1 run in for Waupun, first run of the ball game now, trailing 6-1. We'll bring up Evan Sauer to the plate. Evan got in with a fielder's choice back in the first inning. So the first not in time. Carter Farrell again, the starting pitcher, still on the mound for Laconia.
Yeah, well, he's sitting really well. I've got him down, or what the game changer right now has him for 33 pitches. That might be a batter or two behind, but I mean that still is super efficient here in the third inning.
Yeah, that 1-2-3 inning back in the second inning, and facing as many batters as the Waupun pitchers so far in the ball game. That's a called strike on the outside part of the plate. Sauer does not offer. 1-1 the count to Evan Sauer. Comes the pitch from Farrell. Runner goes. It's hit over to Grotti. And gets past him out to left field, and still on his high horse and getting over to third base. Nice base running there for Waupun.
Wow, Emmett just put his head down, turned after he saw that it went through the infield, and just kicked it into another gear to get in there to the third. I think the left fielder out there for Laconia was kind of caught by surprise.
Yeah, he didn't slow down at all. It was just round second, just everything timed out perfect for him and to be able to do that. And now runners at the corners again for Waupun. Like to add to that one run they have so far, but still a lot of work to do, down by 5 to Laconia here in the bottom of the third. Good job by the catcher, Logan Plime, to block that. Pitch down to the dirt and outside. Catcher gets out there with the whole body, just smothers it, and that's exactly what Plime did. Another pitch outside, no, bit low. It's another ball, makes it count 2-0.
Jake doing a good job of not offering.
It's a 2-0 pitch for Farrell, swung on and fouled out of play over on the right field side. So opportunity for Waupun to put a little few runs across the plate and chip into that deficit they're in right now, down by 5, 6-1 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Sauer going. And they did bring a kind of a play setup to get it over to Keaton Grotti, who was coming up from the shortstop spot right behind the pitcher's mound, but not a good throw. Bounces off his glove, and a run comes in for Waupun, now trailing 6-2. Kind of a set-up play, getting Grotti just to run up from that shortstop spot right behind the pitcher's mound, and maybe get that runner out over at coming in before they could get him in from home, but no.
Yeah, as you mentioned, it wasn't quite as good a throw as that they needed coming out of that catching spot.
No, it's got to be on the money if it's going to work at all. It's got to be a perfect throw and get it right back to the home plate again. But swung on the next pitch into Krieger and reaches out and pulls it foul on the third base side. 3-2 count now. Krieger. Opportunity to see if Waupun can keep on adding on right now, trailing 6-2. Runner going, a swing and a miss. Runner safe over at no throw to third base, so we got a runner at third and strikeout by Krieger. At the very least, you'll love to get that runner in from third base. Cut that deficit in half here just in the bottom of the third alone. If you're here watching the game as a Waupun Warrior fan.
Right. They can hear, though, down below here. I can't really see out on the outside.
This is popped high in the air up to short center field, and center fielder Dakota Britton comes in and hauls it in. But Waupun does come up with a couple runs. They're on the board now, trailing 6-2 after 3 complete. Top of the fourth, just 1 minute from now on Radio Plus.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life. Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
I've got a math question for you. When you add tolerance, subtract prejudice, and multiply efforts to treat one another with respect, what do you get? Less division. And school sports have it down to a science. Looking for an example of what can happen when we realize there's more that unites us than divides us? Look no further than high school sports in Wisconsin.
This message presented by the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Okay, here we go. Top of the fourth inning. Waupun comes up with a couple runs in the bottom of the third inning. Making some noise, being aggressive on the base paths, and now trailed by 4, 6-2. And coming up for the Laconia Spartans this inning, Keaton Grotti will lead off. Keaton with a single in the first inning, and then he grounded out in the second inning. Next pitch down to the dirt from Evan. 1-1 the count. I'm going to say hi to Rich and Shar Camphouse watching this game right now and listening to it. Thinking about you there, Rich. And glad you could join us. Big Waupun fans. I talked to Rich and Shar at the games. Rich always had his comments on the game. I should have just put a microphone on him and put him on the broadcast. But good to have you joining us, Rich and Shar.
Yeah, I love having the interactions with the fans.
Nice pitch there from Sauer. Big swing and a miss by Keaton Grotti. Big out there for Waupun to get their number 3 batter in the batting order out. Nice pitch there for Sauer to get the strikeout.
Like it when the fans put stuff in the chat for us. Kids like to go back. I've talked about this many times. They go back and watch these games. They love to see who was watching and who put comments out there. So feel free to jump in that YouTube chat or send a text to Steve. We'll get it out there.
Fastball, a swing, and a foul back by Reed McCauley. Down to the count now 0-2. Looks like Evans getting himself in a bit of a groove right now. Not one of those pitchers is standing around. He just he wants to get on that rubber and rock and fire right away. This is on the next pitch. Laying off it is McCauley. 1-2 the count. Who kind of jams him on that one and fighting it off and fouling it. Over the third base side is McCauley. Keeps the count at 1-2. Don't see a lot of Randy Armgood during this time of year. We see him, but he's usually down there wearing the blue on the field.
Yeah. Working with his son.
Yeah, him and Austin, they team up a lot for doing games. They're even doing some softball. Swing and a miss and a couple strikeouts against number 3 and 4 in the batting order. Nice job by Evan Sauer.
The key, what I've seen from Evan right now, is he is throwing strikes. He's getting that first pitch out there for a strike, or for sure the second one he's getting ahead of the batters, and that opens up his whole repertoire and puts the hitter on their heels.
2 down, nobody on. So Waupun can get one of those 1, 2, 3 innings. Laconia has had one so far in the ball game.
Another breaking ball in there for a strike.
Yeah, throwing some confidence right now, mixing it up a little bit. Going to miss just a little bit outside. Makes the count 1-1. And we'll be here tomorrow for the Waupun against Laconia game. Another battle for Waupun against a flyaway team. 1-1 pitch for Evan. Again, just off the plate, away from the right-handed hitter, Britton.
Should be another good game.
Yeah,
not supposed to be in the 80s like it is today, but not to drop off too much.
No, upper 70s coming up tomorrow. The weekend looks bad. That's a called strike on the inside part of the plate. Evens the count at 2-2. Yeah, there's some people talking about flyway baseball, and they thought Lemira was going to be a pretty good team, but they lost both games by a run to Laconia. Comes the 2-2 pitch from Evan. Staying alive, kind of reaching out and following it out of play is Dakota Britton. Keeps the count at 2-2.
Well, the way that Laconia is playing right now, I could see why they would have been lost 1-run games to them. Laconia is doing a great job. At least they started out the game being aggressive on the mound or at the plate.
They tried to get that one to bend down and just didn't quite drop low enough to get into the strike zone. Didn't get the call. That one taking a little walk towards the dugout, but That is ball 3, makes the count 3-2 to Dakota Britton. Three-two pitch. One hopper right back into the glove of Sauer. Flicks it over to first base. And Waupun gets the out. A 1-2-3 innings, 2 strikeouts to get things going defensively for Waupun. Then a ground out. Finish things here in the top half of inning number 4. Waupun still trailing, though. Laconia leading 6-2 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. Back in 1 minute with the bottom half of inning number 4 on Radio Plus.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
With mycnhistore.com, you can manage your equipment at any time, from anywhere, all from the convenience of your laptop or phone. Just search genuine New Holland parts by category, model, or part number, and keep your equipment running efficiently. Need a genuine New Holland part and don't have time to wait? Visit mycnhistore.com and get it done faster. Waupun Equipment Company, Waupun in Watertown. Log on waupunequipment.com and like them on Facebook.
Okay, here we go. Waupun coming up on the bottom of the 4th inning. Ethan Cunningham, number 6 in the batting order, starting things out. Brian Ferris, then Conrad Davis, the next 2 batters for Waupun. First pitch, a weak little grounder over towards Grotti at shortstop, and by half a step gets Cunningham at first base. So 1 pitch, and Cunningham is out.
Nice play there by Grotti to stay. He was staying down, but then I started to notice that of this ball, the balls bounce here on this rubber beads, and bounced right up and caught him right in the waist and was able to recover.
Yeah, it's not an easy thing when you first come and play on this field if you've never played here before. The choppers are just a little higher, and the low line drivers that skid off the grass stay a little bit lower. And when you slide, you might overslide the base. That's why Waupun's taught to keep your glove on the guy when they slide into a base. Next pitch into Brian Ferris, swings on it and fouls it back. Puts the count at 0-2. Yeah, so definitely a little bit of home field advantage for Waupun for teams that aren't used to playing on this stuff. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Farrell still on the mound. This one is swung on and chopped onto the ground, but foul on the third base side. Keeps the count at 0-2.
Yeah, I'm just guessing because I know the game changer's off a little bit, but he must be only like around 48, 49 pitches. So into here to the 4th inning, and he's doing a great job of throwing strikes.
Another 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss coming a little bit inside and low, and Ferris can't catch up with it and strikes out. Conrad Davis is coming up. So 2 down, nobody on for Waupun, going down quietly so far here in the bottom of the 4th inning, trailing 6-2.
Conrad, one of the seniors on the team.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you'll remember this. First time we saw Conrad Davis is when he was a freshman, and he came in and did some pitching for the Legion.
Yeah, did a really good job. It was over at Green Lake, I think, when he came in and had to forced into pitching there, and he did a really good job. I thought we'd maybe see more of him as his years went on here, but we could. It was a name that was mentioned by Derek Stanke. He's just another one of those guys. You can come in, situational guy, and got a lot of games during the week. Was swung on, fouled back.
Yes, I was talking with John last time about Conrad, because I mentioned that same thing. He came in again. He was pitching when we were at state tournament at Westby, and came in here and pitched at Nationals when it came back to here. But you got to remember that COVID year came in there in one of those, and he was injured as a sophomore.
Next pitch down to the dirt makes the count 3-1.
So right now it looks like to me as his senior year that Conrad is really probably the healthiest he's been since his freshman year. And it's good to see him out there, have another left-handed bat in the lineup to go along with Mason Holt.
3-1 pitch now for Farrell. Behind tight, misses, and a walk issued to Conrad Davis. 2 outs. Runner now at first base. Conrad's got some wheels too. I guess you just look at him and you would say that's maybe not the fastest player, but no, he is. He's way faster than what you would guess. Great speed now on the base pass for Waupun. And Hunter Camp coming up to bat for the Warriors. What else here for Waupun if they can get something going with 2 down? Like I said, Hunter's been known as a guy to set up the top of the order, so we'll see what he does here this at bat. Got a single and scored back in the 3rd inning.
Yeah, he likes kind of that pressure situation and does a better job of executing.
She's going to miss outside. The count now 2-0. Yeah, I loved watching Hunter on the basketball court. Sometimes they put him against the tallest player from the other team because he's just a little pit bull on him and just would not leave him alone and just get their body on him and just frustrate him. Did that against that tall player, the coach's kid over in Ripon.
Yeah.
And really hounded him over the last couple seasons. He's fun to watch on the basketball court. He's a scrappy player.
Does a really good job behind the plate.
Yeah.
Good defense. He sacrifices his body to knock stuff down. It is fun to watch.
Yep, every team needs a guy like Hunter on there. He's going to give his all. And this one's out to right center field, and it's going to land in. And rounding second base, here comes the speed right now for Waupun of Conrad Davis, and easily scoring in an RBI double for Hunter Camp.
There's that pressure situation we were just talking about. He doesn't like to lead off an inning, but you put him in a situation where he knows he has to try and make contact, and he's got runners out there. He's going to put his bat on it and try and do his best to get it there, even laying down some bunts out there. This time he got a charge into it, got a little bit of wind assistance. RBI.
Yeah, nice job there for Hunter over at second base. Now back to the top of the order with Emmett Hull coming up to bat. With a walk and a single so far in the ball game. And batting .357 on the season with 6 RBIs now for the Warriors. Sharply hit ball, and that is just fouled by just inches. Put a charge in right down the line on the third base side. But just by inches misses. It would have easily scored that run from second base.
Emmett showing those quick hands, pulled it. Like you said, he couldn't have missed it by much.
Yeah, key spot to have a freshman in, top of the order batter for you, but he's been coming through this season for Waupun. Runner goes. They're going to throw it to third, and they're going to say safe over at third base. Closer than I thought it was going to be with Pline. Pretty good snap throw over to the third base, but safe. So runner now at third base for Waupun, just 90 feet away.
It was a good toss right down there, right on the money. Good sweep tag there, but I just think Hunter got there just a little bit more. Got that leg in there.
1-2 the count on Emmett Hull. Next pitch is going to miss low. Puts the count now at 2-2. Get our schedule of what games we're doing for the season, or
I can probably pull it up because I think I put it on my Google. So give me a second at the change. We'll get it up there, and we can talk about what's upcoming.
Two-hopper over to shortstop. Keaton Grotte throws it, and that gets past the first baseman. Run scores, but the runner Emmett kind of slips and falls on the other side of first base and kind of holding his left arm a little bit after that. Kind of went down hard. That one throw from Grotte gets past the first baseman. A run comes in. Waupun takes advantage and makes it just that much closer a game, trailing now 6-4.
Yeah, you're right. Emmett fell right on that shoulder as he was trying to turn. Feet just slid out from underneath him on this, obviously the artificial turf. So see if he's doing okay out there.
Yeah, just right away going to grab right around his bicep, tricep area over on the left side. It was the shoulder he went down on, but went down hard. Remember that time with Reese Holman? That game over in Ripon, and he's just a simple slide back to first base and a throw over there by the pitcher, and ended up screwing up his shoulder and done for the season after that.
Yeah, major surgery for, the torn labrum in the shoulder, and Reese did a good job of rehabbing it. I know he really missed the opportunity to play, and I believe that was for the state game, if I remember correctly. That was at sectionals, wasn't it?
A sectional championship game against Catholic Memorial.
Yeah.
1-0 win for Waupun on like one hit in the ball game.
Yes, it was.
It was just an amazing 2 games that day. It was just.
Yeah, I remember Caleb Baxter didn't do much except for he was the pinch runner, and that he scored the run and moved him on to state.
Yeah, what a couple great pitching performances by Bronkhorst and by Billy that day were just amazing. They gave 2 runs to Ripon.
And no runs
to it was just a great day, a fun game to call, fun games to call. And I love that they play sectionals, both games back to back, get them all finished, and by the end of the day, you got a team qualified to go to the state tournament. And Mason Holtz up to bat with that runner at first base, and Waupun now down by 2, 6-4. A called strike in the first pitch into Mason. The sac fly RBI back in the 3rd inning. Single and got all the way over to third base eventually and stranded there in the 1st inning.
We haven't really talked about it. We're sitting right now at 6-4.
Yeah.
The good job here by the Warriors just to whittle away and get themselves right back into this game here in the bottom of the 4th.
Yeah, it helped that Evan Sauer coming in just gave up 1 run in the 3rd inning and just owned the batters for Laconia in that 4th inning and really got into a nice groove last inning. So you can carry that into the 5th inning. This one's going to be low and inside to Holtz. Count is now 2-1. Getting started harmlessly enough here in this inning. Waupun grounded out with Cunningham and then a strikeout by Ferris. Throw over to first base, not in time. A little walk issued, then a double, and then things just started happening, and Waupun scores a couple runs. It looked like they're going to have a quick at-bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
I'm a little surprised here that Emmett hasn't had the sign to go. He has great speed out there, too. And
this is a hard hit ball out to right center field. Well, Jeff call it or me call this one. This one gets it all the way out to the fence, and that's going to score a run. And heading over to third base now is Mason Holtz. And a run comes in. Boy, Waupun making things happen with 2 down, and just a hard hit ball off the bat of Mason Holtz made it all the way out to the fence between center field and right field, and that's going to bring Greg Smith, the head coach for Laconia, out to the mound. Waupun has now got themselves back within 1 and a runner at third base. Triple for Mason Holtz.
Good charge into that ball he had there, and just again caught it up into the wind. And it's hard to play that as an outfielder there, trying to figure out just how to play. Should we play halfway, or do we play all the way back and try and come running in, and then you open up the green for them to potentially drop stuff in front of you? And right now, both teams actually. So Laconia started out the game by hitting some of those charges into the ball.
I think we're going to take a break right now. We got a pitching change here at Waupun with a runner at third, 2 down, and Waupun has scored 3 runs here in this inning to get back within run, trailing 6-5. Back after this pitching change here at the Gus on Radio Plus.
Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal. Let our family take care of yours. We offer American Standard and Coleman furnaces and air conditioners that come with a 15-year parts and a 10-year labor warranty. Schedule us to come out and make sure your furnace, AC, or geothermal units are running at peak efficiency. Serving Fond du Lac, Dodge, Columbia, and Green Lake counties. Call 920-763-2301. That's 920-763-2301. Log on to allphasecomforts.com.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
Huge hit there for Mason Holtz, and that made Missy Holtz pretty happy. Like his wheels out there, but a big-time hit. At a key time to get Waupun back within a run, and Mason also standing over at third base right now. With Evan Sauer up to bat, swings at the first pitch in. With Ethan Pino in now as the pitcher. Right-handed pitcher for Laconia. Big opportunity for Waupun after the first two batters are retired, with an opportunity to maybe tie this thing up here this inning. Swings on the next one and chops it in the ground, but foul over on the third base side. Waupun with 3 on the board here in the inning. Down 6-0 going into the bottom of the third inning. Now 2 in the third inning, and then again, having a little ahead of the pitching of Ethan Pino. Pulls another one over on the third base side, foul. Keeps the count at 0-2. That one tight inside, ball one. Evan wants to get his bat on the ball here and not get the free pass. He's just feeling it right now. 1-2 pitch on the way for Pino. That's down to the dirt and blocked by the catcher, Logan Pleim.
What a great block. He doesn't block that. Mason Holtz is scoring.
Not your average catcher build. Usually a little stockier, thicker guys, but doing a great job as Pleim. Oh. We took a little off that one and way ahead of it, and putting a charge in the ball, but way foul and out of play off the bat of Evan. 2-2 the count. 2 down. That runner at third base, and just a 1-run lead for Laconia. That one catches the outside part of the plate for a called strike 3. Oh, wow. Waupun comes up with 3 runs in the bottom of inning number 4, and now trails 6-5. Hanging around. We got a ball game here at Waupun back in just 1 minute with the top of the 5th inning on Radio Plus.
Andy with us here at the Other Bar Main Street in downtown Waupun. The weather's turning, Andy. It's baseball weather, your favorite, right? Here we go.
Absolutely. The Brewers are on. It's my time of year. The kids are playing well, rolling right along. You can guarantee we've always got the Brewer games going every time they're playing.
Some of the tap lines are always changing, Andy. Some of the seasonal stuff. Talk about that for us.
We're starting to transition over some of the darker stuff and into some of the lighter stuff for summer. We've got a sour on tap right now, and you can definitely find our featured beer from Three Sheeps called the Other Bar Pills. That one we got rolling. That's a mainstay. You'll have to chop in and check out what we got. We got 16 different tap lines going, and constantly rolling barrels over, and Steve and I are making things interesting as we go.
11 o'clock is when you open daily, in and out for lunch too.
We've always got something going on at the special board. You'll have to stop in and see what Tierney's rolling out of the kitchen for that day. We always have hot beef, hot pork, and hot turkey with mashed potatoes and gravy. That's pretty much a mainstay, but Tierney is always rolling something out every day.
Andy, have a great week. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
The Other Bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun.
Okay, we are back at the Gus. Waupun again with 3 runs in the bottom of the 4th inning. Back within a run, trailing now 6-5. And what we saw out of Evan there in the 4th inning, see if he can carry that into the top of the 5th inning. Mowed down the order, especially with that part of the main part of their batting order. Number 3, 4 in the batting order. He struck them out, and then simple little ground out right back to him by number 5 in the batting order. So now he's facing the bottom of the order. Number 6, 7, and 8 with Camden Smith, Justin Segerman, if they haven't replaced anybody in their batting order, and Jaden Grotti, scheduled batters. Smith with a walk and a fly out so far in the ball game for Laconia, his 3rd at bat of the game. Yeah, it's a called strike, kind of working the low outside part of the strike zone, and a called strike makes the count 1-1. That one's way outside. Count is now 2-1. Interesting game. Waupun down by a score of 6-0 at one time, giving up runs each of the first 3 innings. Before Evan shut the door in the top of the 4th inning against Laconia. I should say, on the top of the 4th. 3-1 the count to Camden Smith. And that is hit out towards left center field. It's going to land in and get by. They're going to get cut off finally by a Conrad Davis, but a leadoff double off the bat of the second baseman, Camden Smith. Nice job of hitting out to the opposite field for the lefty. Got himself over at second base, so Laconia's answer after giving up 3 runs is a leadoff double by Camden Smith. Good job of hitting by Camden.
Yeah, really good piece of hitting there.
Justin Segerman now, the designated hitter coming up. He had a double and scored back in the 3rd inning and really put a charge in the ball. Made it all the way out to the fence. Did that back in the 3rd. It's down off the plate and blocked by Hunter Camp. 1-0 the count. A leadoff double by Laconia, looking to try to answer Waupun's 3 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. That's a called strike right over the outside part of the plate. Makes the count 1-1. It's chopped on the ground over towards 3rd, but foul. Puts the count now at 1-2. Laconia, one of the top schools academic-wise in the state, too. They have a very good reputation.
Yes.
Over there at Laconia High School. And they got their referendum passed. That one just misses a bit outside. I'm not sure what all the improvements are going to be at Laconia High School, but saw a lot of support for that referendum when it went through in the vote with houses all the way up Highway 26 when you went through.
Yeah.
In Rosendale direction.
All the signs, yard signs out there.
Mm-hmm. This is a hard hit ball over towards left field, and it is gone. A 2-run shot off the bat of Justin Sigerman. Man, he put a charge in that ball. That was gone in a hurry. Towering shot. It's up, as we said before, in the jet stream and out. A 2-run shot, and what an answer there by Laconia. 2-run home run for Justin Segerman, the DH.
Things were getting a little bit too close, and
impressive looking swing on that one. He really put everything he had in that one, and kind of a no-doubter really over the left field fence.
Yep, right away.
Oh, now I look at Missy's the message, let's hold them. She says, should have mentioned that earlier. I didn't see it right away.
Now it'll work.
And that brings up Jaden Grotti. Watches strike 1 go by. No offer from Jaden on that pitch. Number 8 in the batting order. And the new pitcher for Laconia waiting on deck with Ethan Pino. Getting that number 9 slot as he's checked into the ball game. Called strike on the next pitch in. Makes it an 0-2 count. Nobody out. Bases all cleared off the bat of Justin Sigerman. Monster shot out to left field. That was hit over towards a short, picked up by Ferris. Throws the first, and good job getting it just in time to get Grotti over at first base.
Yeah, Brian Ferris has a good, strong arm, so he doesn't really need to rush it, which I think was catching him a couple of times earlier, and settled himself down, gets the out. First out of the inning only, and Laconia already stretching it back out to a 3-run lead.
And Ethan Pino up to bat with his first at-bat of the ball game. Pitching to him, swings on it, and fouls it back into the netting. Strike 1. There's a lot of teams I'm looking forward to watching that I wonder how they're going to do this year. I know that Randolph girls softball team has got a lot of really nice, a few softball first players out there that are have been doing really well. Then you've got Jory Bawalda, the four-sport athlete. It's going to be going down to UW Milwaukee for a free ride for basketball prowess. That one's fouled. Makes the count 1 and 2.
Yeah, like I said, I was going to just double check that. I did pull it up on my calendar a little bit here and see.
Yeah, they have Brienne Baird over there, broke the school home run record a couple seasons ago. And she'll be back again. And then you also have Jory, who she also broke the record, but didn't have as many home runs as Brienne. It's got a nice team. And now just going down looking on the last pitch, into Pino, he goes down. Getting fooled on that one by Evan Sauer. So 2 down, 2 in, and top of the order up for Laconia with Connor Shaver stepping to the plate. Evan shaking off a few of the signs from Hunter Camp. It's going to miss just a bit inside, and first pitch into Shaver. He doubled and scored an RBI double back in the second inning. So we got 3 runs in. 8-5 the lead for Laconia after that 2-run home run from Justin Segerman. A leadoff double followed by a home run from Segerman. Back to a 3-run lead for Laconia.
Put a big charge in that ball.
Oh. And that's hit over the mound and out towards center field. So a 2-out single for Shaver. And Laconia looking for some 2-out magic here to add on to their 3-run lead. That'll bring up Sawyer Schultes. He's crossed home plate a couple times. He's had a single. He's had a double. Also got on with an error in the 3rd inning. One of those 2 batters that batted 3 times, one bad bat each in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd inning.
Mm-hmm.
Another throw to first. They're not limiting the high school kids like they are with the Major League Baseball.
They're not.
No pitch clock, no.
Yeah, I haven't really watched a Brewers game hardly at all, but I mean, I've heard that it's making a huge difference.
It's a huge difference. It's over 3 hours a game to before, and now it's they took off, 20, 25 minutes or something like that.
I think the average was like around 2:32 or something, I thought. 2 hours and 32 minutes. Cut them down.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. They said maybe the vendors get a little irritated that they don't have the people there for 3.5 hours instead of 2.5 hours, so that cuts into that a little bit. 1-1 the count now to Schultes with that runner at first base and 2 down. And that is spanked out to center field. Back-to-back singles here for Laconia, putting runners at first and second base.
Looked like a little bit of a change up there by Evan throwing it in there, and a good job there by Schultes to sit back on it and just drive it right up the middle.
Keaton Grotti coming up. He's 1 for 3 in the game so far. Had a single in the first and scored. Has grounded out and also struck out. Called strike into Grotti, no offer. So runners at first and second. See, we even got some some watchers out in the right center field out there in the parking lot. That used to be a pretty big space for people to go over there and park. My mom and dad used to go over there and watch games out there, and they'd have a whole string of cars. We even had a little 5th inning fire drill where people get out of the car, circle the car, and get back in again.
Yeah, it's good that they can actually watch from there. I mean, for a while there was stuff that was parked there and they couldn't get in there. But
I want to thank the business owner over there for allowing that to happen.
Yeah.
A lot of people that maybe not physically able to sit up in the bleachers, too, that were sitting out in their cars out there. And it was kind of a nice thing. So I want to thank them for that. 2-1 the count. Now to Keaton Grotti. Runners at first and second base. This one's going to miss low and inside. Puts the count at 3-1.
Big out here for Evan.
Yeah, you don't want to dig too much more of a hole at all. Getting later in the ball game now, top of the fifth inning, and that one is well outside, and Grotti's going to be issued a walk. So that will load the bases.
Coming up to the plate, number 18, Reed McCauley.
Bringing up the number 4 hitter, number 18, Reed McCauley. He's been on base twice. Struck out the last time, I believe, when he faced Evan, but getting up back-to-back innings.
And the slow walk out to the pitcher's mound for Derek Stanke. Let's take a break right now, whether this is just a regular meeting or an actual pitching change. But we'll come back right after this. Waupun trailing 8-5 to Laconia here in the top of the fifth inning. Bases loaded, 2 down. Back after this on Radio Plus.
PT Tire and Service, how can I help you?
Hi, my dad is out in the field kicking his tires and saying naughty words. Can you help?
Thanks for calling. Just leave the rest to us. Tire problems are no problem at PT Tire and Service.
PT Tire and Service, the tire experts of Central Wisconsin, offering 24/7 tire services. Call 346-TIRE or stop by 301 East Clark Street, Brandon. For all your tire problems and needs, that's 346-TIRE.
The Hour Bar on Main Street, Waupun is a great place to meet friends. Owners Bob and Tana invite you to join them for their daily specials and great atmosphere. They also bring in top-notch entertainment and host many special events. The Hour Bar is also the perfect place to cheer on the Packers, Bucks, Brewers, and Badgers. There's TVs everywhere you look. After today's game, head to the Hour Bar, 433 East Main Street, Waupun, a proud supporter of high school sports.
And welcome back to the Gus in Waupun, and off the bat of Reed McCauley, pops it in the air over foul territory and giving chase is Mason Holtz over on the first base side. It's a good effort at it, but dives and can't get to it, so just a strike for McCauley. Now down to the count 0-1. The bases loaded for Laconia. 2 runs into the inning. Waupun had worked their way back into just being down by 1, but that 2-run home run by Justin Segerman with a runner on put Laconia back up by 3, 8-5. That's where we sit right now. But bases loaded for the Spartans.
McCauley is the 4 hitter, so you would expect that should have a good stick up there.
Yeah, 8th batter of the inning, and a hard hit ball down the line, and that is fair, and that's going to bring at least 2 runs in, giving chases Conrad Davis, and they're waving in the 3rd run. You throw down to home plate, but 3 runs in, throw to third base, not in time. Big time double there by Reed McCauley, who eventually got himself to third base and bringing in 3 runs for Laconia. Nice hit there by McCauley, right down the line, in by maybe about a foot and a half or so. Brings 3 more runs in for Laconia, now leading 11-5.
And still 2 outs.
Yeah, and there's still a runner over at third base. Yeah, all the stuff happening. Well, at least these runs all happening after they had 2 down and nobody on after that home run, and retired the next 2 batters, but then they just strung some hits together in the top of the order. Three RBI double there for Reed McCauley. Yeah, that one was on a rope right down the line. Well hit ball. 9th batter of the inning now with Dakota Britton up to bat. Took a little off that one. No offer from Britton. Called strike. Count is now 2-1.
See, Evan slowed himself down a little bit there.
Two-one pitch for Sauer. It's going to be a low and away and a nice stop by Hunter Camp to knock it down. Makes the count 3-1. Yeah, it means something for both these teams when they play each other, no matter what sport it is. It definitely does mean something. Like Waupun playing Beaver Dam in sports, too. I wish they'd kind of keep that going in some of the sports. Basketball.
I think I heard, because I think the athletic director, if I remember correctly, Ryan Gerber over at Beaver Dam had contacted me and was wondering about what the light situation was for football, because I think that Beaver Dam and Waupun were trying to get a home-and-home series.
No, not so sure I want to see that. But I would like to see the girls' basketball teams from both going at it. They did a couple seasons ago. A pretty good game over in Waupun. I don't think they did not play last year, I don't think.
I don't think so.
But they should. And a strike to Britton, kind of sticking his bat out there, and said he went. And Waupun does get that third out finally, but not before giving up 5 runs here in the top of the 5th inning. And now Waupun trailing Laconia 11-5. We'll see what Waupun's answer is. Coming your way in just 1 minute on Radio Plus.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard to get to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-344-5887. This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
Okay, here we go. Bottom of the 5th inning, and Waupun will bring up number 4 in the batting order, Jake Krieger. Chase Beam and Ethan Cunningham, the 3 batters coming up this inning now for Waupun. Well, if Greg Smith has some other changes defensively at all. Out there talking with the referee, or the umpire, I should say.
Can take a look and see what they have.
It looks right in the infield. Same as before with Ethan Pino still back after coming in last inning for Laconia Spartans. Putting 5 on the board in the top of the 5th to take an 11-5 lead over Waupun. Strike 1, no offer from Jake, and that fastball from Pino. Nice little spot for that one. And this is going to foul off, foul ball on the swing, so it'll be 0-2 now.
See if the Warriors can bounce back and recover in this inning. Try and get a little bit of an answer. Cut that lead in half if at all possible.
Was fouled back by Jake. Stays alive. Count is now 0-2. 0-2 pitch now into Krieger. And he hits that out towards behind second base. And all Roddy can do is he'll go grab it right before the outfield grass right behind second base. And a single for Jake Krieger to start things out for the Warriors. Not a lot on that one, enough for Grotti to still go all the way over to get it, but it's a perfectly hit ball and a single for Jake. That brings up Chase Beam.
Getting things started here for the Warriors.
Slowing away, and another good block by Logan Plyme, well outside, but slides over there and smothers it. Chase so far a strikeout and a flyout in the ball game. Oh, little bender on that one, and over the top of it, swing for a Beam. It's a count of 1-1, then a throw over to first base, not in time. Steve Wooderhack here along with Jeff Sauer, bringing you the game here today. And thanks. I just got to show up with my bag with my stuff in it. And Jeff's got quite a bit of equipment there. Each dugout, center field. He's got the one right behind home plate. Got you covered at all angles here in the Diamond and Waupun. So what kind of setup will you have when we go on the road? You can't probably be quite this elaborate with it, and with the time constraints with that.
It'll be the time issue that's the biggest thing, because I actually took all of our wireless stuff that we were running for basketball with the underneath the hoop shots, and I've got those running out here, so I didn't have to run as many cords and things. So
nice.
If I can get in about an hour or so before we need to go on the air, I think I can possibly get a couple.
Chase Beam with some high heat coming in from Pino, and he's a swing and a miss. Nice pitch there by Pino to get that strikeout.
Now Ethan Cunningham on deck, Brian Ferris.
So we're going to run first with one down, and Ethan Cunningham coming to the plate. Struck out. He's grounded out so far in the game. Oh, and that's going to get past the catcher, and heading over to second base will be Krieger. So runner at second. It's still a big deficit, down 6 on the Waupun Warriors.
Yeah, as we were mentioning off air there a little bit, that first time I'm going to be going to Randolph to call a game and broadcast a game with you, and trying to figure out what our setup will be over there.
Yeah, that's always the adventure. You never know when you go to the places, especially now with everything else that's involved with video and stuff, and how's the internet out there. And the chopper is going to be right back to the pitcher. Pino grabs it and throws to first to get out number 2. A runner does advance over to third. Yeah, that was always the adventure. You just didn't know. I know some times we have Kerry Longree who does stuff over more in the Fond du Lac area.
Yeah.
And he's the camera operator there. He'd actually go to these places like earlier in the day. Of course, that's his job, being at the radio station, so he could do that. Hard hit ball right down the line. Backhanded stop over at third base. Across the field throw off the ground and in the glove of Connor Shaver. Nice job by Sawyer Schultes to get that ball on a backhand all the way from third base to first, and a nice scoop over at first base by Connor Shaver to get the out at first. And Waupun comes up empty in the bottom half of inning number 5, and they trail 11-5 now to Laconia, top of the 6th, just 1 minute away on Radio Plus.
What is Spartan Pride? For the Rosendale-Brandon School District, it's about being a great place to grow and learn. It's about putting what's best for students at the forefront of each decision. It's about being an area leader in education, as well as favorite choice for open enrollment. For more information about open enrollment, check out the district's website. Applications for open enrollment can only be accepted until April 28th, so apply soon. Spartan Pride is also about celebrating the accomplishments and future successes of our students. So let's get back to cheering on the Laconia Spartans baseball team. At Rosendale-Brandon, we care about kids.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Okay, we are back at the Gus. Steve Wooderhack along with Jeff Sauer. And Laconia coming up to bat this inning with Camden Smith, who started things out last inning with a leadoff double and then a home run right after that by Justin Segerman to get their first 2 runs in. First pitch in from Sauer, misses high for ball 1.
Just chit-chatting about the upcoming. If I remember looking at our schedule, Steve, nice base hit. That
was backhanded over by second base. Nice job there by Landon Richter to haul it in, going towards second, setting, throwing to first, and getting the out.
Really nice play there by Richter. I think we have 3 games a week from once we got started here. I think that's what it was pretty much. I knew we had these 2 games, and then after that, I think we have 3 games a week. All over. Randolph was on Monday.
And here's the guy with the monster shot over the left field fence back last inning. 2-run shot for Justin Segerman up to bat again. Also has had himself a double and scored back in the third inning. This is in foul territory. Holtz giving chase and another diving attempt over in the dirt. And missed by about 2-3 feet getting to that, but good to see the effort.
I think that's Jake Krieger who's over
Jake,
there.
I should say Jake's over there.
I think Mason went back out in center.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Jake's got to give Mom a job or to clean his uniform.
Which you don't usually have a lot of when you're playing on turf, in the infield at least.
Yeah, not here, but Laconia just getting it out there enough so you have to slide in the dirt to get to it. So he's full of dirt right from his pond down to his toes. Comes the 0-2 pitch. Big swing there by Segerman. He was going to try to take another 1 yard on that one, but falls off into his leg and keeps him alive, though. 0-2 the count. I just went and got my eyes checked yesterday, too. You think I would? That's more of a memory issue. Swing and a miss, taking a little off that one from Sauer. Nice pitch. Swing and a miss by Segerman. So 2 up and 2 down.
Now up number 15, Matthew Bauer.
Matthew Bauer getting his first at-bat of the ball game. Batting in that number 8 slot. Right-handed hitter. Fastball misses low in the first pitch into him. Two up, 2 down, but still a 6-run lead for Laconia. Getting a chance to get a few other players in the ball game. Greg Smith's a good guy. I got to know him over the years, and like I said, got me his roster, got me the batting order.
Yeah, I think that you know almost all of the head coaches now here for a lot of these sports, and you've always commented on that coaches do a good job of meeting with you and talking to you, and then selling their programs. And
they're used to be on they're the other ones they're good to that they're used to getting a microphone put in their face and ask some questions. And Tim Alsma was not the greatest person to interview early in his career, but he became a really good interview these last few years, and a good dancer. So, and Bauer gets issued a walk here with 2 down.
Now number 4, Ethan.
Yeah, he's never going to live that down, the dancing that he did. The girls love to bring up, said he's a social influencer on the internet now with his dancing. So runner at first base, 2 down. And Pino up to bat, the pitcher now in the ball game, Ethan Pino. This one's down in the dirt from Evan for ball 1. Well, we'll be talking to somebody maybe after the game. We'll be see how this game all pans out. This one's going to miss outside away from Pino. Puts the count at 2-0. Said sponsors for both teams. I want to thank those businesses for hopping on board and supporting both Waupun and Laconia baseball here tonight in Waupun. Here's a strike right at the knees. No offer from Pino. Puts the count at 2-1. What kind of car is that? Is that a... I could never fit in that car that's coming down, going past Lincoln Street right now. Sure.
One of the new hybrids out there? Or I don't know. I don't know if you've ever seen the little car out by Tony's Pizza, too.
That's a cool car. I like how they decorate. I think that was our industries class here that did that, whatever they call that. That was going to miss high. They did a great job on getting that car all wrapped and looks pretty cool with that Italian. Is that a Fiat?
Yeah, something like that. I looked at it, too, and I thought it was like a toy car.
Yeah.
I would agree with you. You got the height, I got the width. Neither one of us would fit in those cars.
No. Unless they had a sunroof, maybe I could, and my head be sticking right through there. So runners at first and second after retiring the first two batters. Now the next two are issued walks. And that brings the top of the order, Connor Shaver, up to bat. Got a couple of hits on the day so far. He's crossed home plate a few times. Nice pitch coming inside on Shaver. Couldn't pull the trigger on that one. Kind of jammed him and a called strike.
Really nice location pitch there for Evan Sauer.
Oh, and 1 the count. Here's the pitch from Sauer, and that's going to miss off the plate. Puts the count at 1-1.
Good pitch, trying to backdoor it. Just didn't come in quite enough after just brushing him in the inside, trying to pick that outside corner as well.
Here's a called strike. That one right at the knees. Shaver kind of shaking his head, not agreeing with that. Count is now 1-2. Still 2 outs on the board. They've been up there for a while. One, two, the count. Check over to second base. That's going to bounce across the plate, and
Camp
right now Camp's he's got hit with the ball, and we have to walk this one off a little bit, limping.
Oh, I think he rolled his ankle and trying to get down and block it. It kind of looked like he may have rolled it over. You could see him reach back and grab his ankle. I thought the ball popped up and caught him in the thigh, but because that's what it looked like when he rolled over. But he's trying to walk it off.
Where are our backup catchers just in case, but I think he's just going to walk this off. He's too tough to come out of the game.
I think we'll step away and we'll get see if we can get another commercial in here, and we'll be back right away.
Sure.
A reminder for everyone that Bent's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Bent's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Bent's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Okay, here we go. 2-2 count on the leadoff batter, Connor Shaver, making Waupun work for that third out. First two batters retired, a ground out, then a strikeout, then a couple of walks, putting runners on base, which got them back to the top of the order. Now a 2-2 count for Connor Shaver, their leadoff number one batter in the batting order for the Spartans. Fouls another one off and out of play. Another 2-2 pitch for Evan Sauer. Chopper over the top of the head of Sauer, picked up by Richter, and flicks it across his body. Front of the edge of the infield grass over to first to get the out. But a good job by Waupun getting out of that, retiring the first two. A couple of walks, strand a couple of runners. Nobody scores. Waupun trailing 11-5 after going into the sixth inning. 5.5 complete here at Waupun. We'll be back right after this with more Waupun Warrior and Laconia Spartan baseball on Radio Plus.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life. Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Looking to boost that bottom line? Check out the Massey Ferguson 7700S Series tractor at Waupun Equipment Company. These versatile machines have a wide selection of engine, transmission, and hydraulic specs so you can get the perfect machine for the work you need it to do. High-quality engineering and the latest precision farming tools add value and help you find new ways to be profitable. All this from the straightforward, dependable Massey Ferguson 7700S series. See Waupun Equipment in Waupun, Watertown, and Eden for details.
Okay, we are back here for the bottom of inning number 6. Number 8, 9, and 1 in the batting order coming up for Waupun. Now trailing by 6, 11-5. And Ethan Pino still on the mound. They bunt it right back to him, picks it up, throws to first, and just in time. Good job by Pino to get off the mound, come up there and grab it and throw a strike to first to get the out.
Good hustle again there by Conrad Davis. We talked about the speed that this team has. Unfortunately, just better play by the pitcher.
Hunter Camp's having himself a nice day at the plate. A single and a double. He scored a couple times, too, in the ball game, and an RBI. First pitch is hit out towards left field. Going back is McCall. Gets past him, and here goes Camp all the way to second base. He's going 3 for 3 in the game today. Nice job by Hunter jumping on the first pitch, taking it past the left fielder. Get himself over to second base.
Second double of the game, and just after coming off of an injury where he rolled it. So it's good to see that it seems like he was doing okay.
Yeah. But that did not come into play on that run over to second base. He was flying.
Yeah. Although you can see him, he's got just a little bit of a hobble there. But again, young kids, the adrenaline's flowing, you're going to take off.
Well, Hunter's going to go put his catcher stuff on, and coming in to run for him will be Brady White. And Emmett Hull up to bat for Waupun. Trying to get that magic they had in that third and fourth inning.
Emmett's been on base all 3 times that he's been up to bat.
Yeah, making it happen. Went down hard that last time over at first base, rounding the base, and just his feet just slid out from underneath him and stayed in the ball game. It's inside. It's going to roll away from the catcher and allow White to get over to third base. It'll be fun to watch Laconia, see how they do this season. I'm not sure what they were expected to do, but I don't think they even won. They didn't have a real good record last year and lost right away in the playoffs. I even wrote that down, what they were last year, at least for the games that they were reported. But last year they were, I thought I wrote that down from last year. But again, I thought they only had like an 8-17 record or whatever it was. It was something very low amount of wins for them last year, single digits. Next one's going to miss high. And heading down to first base is Emmett Hull. So runners now at the corners for Waupun with 1 down.
Number 12, Mason Holtz on deck. Evan Sauer.
Sure, Coach Greg Smith said it's never easy when you take on the Waupun Warriors. So taking that walk out there, looks like he's bringing someone with him. Be a pitching change, and we're going to take a timeout. Waupun trailing 11-5. Back after this with more of the bottom of the 6th inning on Radio Plus.
Hi, this is Bucky with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal. Wisconsin weather, it goes through the phases, like us. Whether you need a repair to your current system or an upgrade to a brand new one, we have you covered in all seasons and all phases. Ask about our Guardian maintenance plans to help keep your units running efficiently and reliably all year through. Call 920-763-2301. That's 920-763-2301. Log on allphasecomforts.com.
PT Tire and Service, how can I help you?
Hi, my dad is out in the field kicking his tires and saying naughty words. Can you help?
Thanks for calling. Just leave the rest to us. Tire problems are no problem at PT Tire and Service.
PT Tire and Service, the tire experts of Central Wisconsin, offering 24/7 tire services. Call 346-TIRE or stop by 301 East Clark Street, Brandon. For all your tire problems and needs, that's 346-TIRE.
Did you know that Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake offers Casasa Rewards checking accounts? All Casasa Rewards accounts include refunds on ATM withdrawal fees. When you meet the monthly qualification criteria, there's no monthly maintenance fee and no minimum balance requirement. Best of all, you get rewarded for things you probably do anyway, such as using your debit card and setting up a direct deposit. Discover the benefits of opening a Casasa Rewards checking account at Ergo Bank of Marquezan and Fox Lake.
Excellence in dentistry meets exceptional service. It's Dentistry of Wisconsin in Waupun and Beaver Dam. From routine cleanings, checkups, and maintenance to more advanced dental care and cosmetic services, choose Dentistry of Wisconsin. Doctors Metzger's, Truckenbrod, Dittman, and Warner, along with their friendly staff, are here to care for you. Visit their state-of-the-art facilities in Waupun and Beaver Dam, accepting new patients. Dentistry of Wisconsin. They'll give you a reason to smile both inside and out.
Welcome back here to the Gus in Waupun. Pitching change. Now on the mound for Laconia is going to be number 9, Connor Shaver.
Mason Holtz on deck, Evan Sauer.
So it looks like Keaton Grady moved over from short over to first.
Yeah, and Sawyer Schultes moved over to shortstop from third. And number 28, who we don't have on our roster, is standing over at third base now.
See if I can at least get a last name that might be on. No, they didn't have one either.
I'll check one more place here to see if he had that listed. Nope. Okay. We got a lefty out there now with Connor Shaver on the mound. And Mason Holtz. Bat that's popped in foul territory and just past. That was figured that number 28 was maybe going to make a big play, just when we don't know his name. Out there, he made a diving stab at it.
It turned well, almost picked up over the shoulder. But a good job there by Mason Holtz protecting with that 0-2 count. Only one out here for the Warriors.
This Mason with that. Really nice hit and got himself a triple and some runs in. His last at bat, and that one's going to. I don't know if I got the home plate umpire on that one.
That's what it kind of looks like.
He's kind of shaking it off, and always that agreement you have as a catcher out there. If the umpire gets hurt, to kind of go out and talk to your pitcher a little bit, buy him a little time, and the same thing with the catcher gets hurt. The home plate umpire will go out and sweep the plate and take some time and give them some time. So Bruce Kaufman, the home plate umpire here tonight.
Coach Stanke got in there. Coach Smith's got in there. Randy Bresser, who was out doing the bases, came in and checked everything out. So give him a little bit more time to get himself recovered.
In my baseball years, I never wanted to be the catcher, and in my adult years, I never wanted to be the home plate umpire either, or an umpire at all.
Yeah.
So. Oh, this is a nice opposite field hit between short and third, and that's going to bring a run in. Nice job of hitting there. Just a nice little easy stroke out to left field. Right between short and third base, and an RBI single for Mason Holtz. Another RBI for him.
Really nice piece of hitting there by Mason, getting down 0-2, facing a new pitcher. Just like you said, he fought off that one that went foul over the third base side. Just stuck that bat out there and poked it between the little gap at short.
A lot of work yet for the Waupun Warriors to do, but a good part of the order for them to do it in, with Evan Sauer, number 3 in the batting order, up to bat. And this is swung on, hit high in the air out towards right field. And Jaden Grady gets over there. Oh, that's right at the end of his glove and brings it in.
Snow cone catch. For the second out.
Number 9, Jake Krieger on deck.
Definitely some talking out there, as the ball was up in the air, I'm sure, between right field and center, who was going to take that one over. But a good job by the right fielder to haul that in. It keeps runners at first and second now for Waupun. 2 down. And Jake Krieger up to bat. It's a big, healthy cut, but fouls that back and out of play. Jake had a single his last at bat, but that was kind of that slow hit up the middle that was chased down actually by the shortstop, but just a perfectly hit ball where he easily got to first base with no throw. 1-1 pitch now from Shaver, high and away. (11-6) now, the lead for Laconia. Waupun with a run in here in the bottom of the sixth inning, but plenty of work to do. With 2 down. Jams Krieger a little bit on that one. Fights it off and fouls it back. Not like a capacity crowd here today, but still a decent crowd coming out to watch a Thursday night game in Waupun. Come on back again tomorrow. And another foul on a swing by Krieger. Waupun taking on Lemira, another flyweight team coming up tomorrow at 4:30 right here at the Gus. Spend your night at the ballpark. Go have yourself a brat, a burger. I think they got walking tacos over there. Full menu.
Yeah, and as you had mentioned earlier.
That is hit out towards right field, and again, the right fielder gets a good jump on it. Good job, I think, by Jaden Roddy possibly out there, but good job getting to it in time to get the third out. Waupun does get 1 run, but still down by 5, 11-6. Back in 60 seconds with the top of the 7th inning here at the Gus, right after this on Radio Plus.
A reminder for everyone that Ben's Automotive is open Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m. and on Saturdays by appointment only. Keeping your vehicle in tip-top running condition is essential. Call 324-9962 for Ben's Automotive. Get the quality repair and maintenance services you need from the automotive technicians you can trust. Ben's Automotive at the corner of Carrington and Main Streets in beautiful downtown Waupun. Call 920-324-9962 to schedule your service or repair needs today.
Andy with us here, the other bar, Main Street in downtown Waupun. The weather's turning, Andy. It's baseball weather, your favorite, right? Here we go.
Absolutely. The Brewers are on. It's my time of year. The kids are playing well, rolling right along. You can guarantee we've always got the Brewer games going every time they're playing.
Some of the tap lines are always changing, Andy. Some of the seasonal stuff. Talk about that for us.
We're starting to transition over some of the darker stuff and into some of the lighter stuff for summer. We've got a sour on tap right now, and you can definitely find our featured beer from Three Sheeps called the Other Bar Pills. That one we got rolling. That's a mainstay. You'll have to chop in and check out what we got. We got 16 different tap lines going and constantly rolling barrels over, and Steve and I are making things interesting as we go.
11 o'clock is when you open daily, in and out for lunch too.
We've always got something going on in the special board. You'll have to stop in and see what Tierney's rolling out of the kitchen for that day. We always have hot beef, hot pork, and hot turkey with mashed potatoes and gravy. That's pretty much a mainstay, but Tierney is always rolling something out every day.
Andy, have a great week. Thank you, sir.
Thanks a lot, Nick.
The Other Bar, Main Street, downtown Waupun.
This game is powered by C. Broxma Electric of Waupun. C. Broxma Electric has serviced the electrical needs for Waupun and the surrounding area for over 18 years. From small residential jobs to agricultural, industrial, and commercial jobs, they do it all. For quality work and prompt, courteous service, contact your State of Wisconsin licensed electrical contractor in our area. C. Broxma Electric at 920-319-1614 or check them out online at cbelectric.net.
And a new pitcher in for Waupun, trailing now 11-6 here in the top of the 7th inning. Landon Richter on the mound, right-handed pitcher, sophomore. One hopper right back to him, takes a few steps towards first and gets the out. Kevin Sauer back over at shortstop again, and they now move Bryant Ferris over to second base.
Oh, number 11, Keaton Grady on deck. Reed McCauley.
Yeah, Brian Ferris is going to be the utility player for the Warriors, playing all over the place.
Yep, you got to have those guys. Got some pretty good ones in the past that they kind of moved around and put them wherever, and they're going to be effective no matter where you put them.
Yep. Got to have them in your lineup to be successful.
Grady with the one hopper over towards Hall at shortstop, throws across the field in time to get Grady. So quick inning going so far at the top of the 7th inning for Waupun defensively.
Richter stepping in and doing a job as the new pitcher coming in, just throwing strikes, trust his defense.
Reed Reed McCauley up to bat now for Laconia, leading 11-6 on your new medical integrated healthcare scoreboard. The first pitch in is hit deep out towards center field. Holtz giving a chase to it, and it's going to be a couple of bounces out to the fence and safe over at second base with a 2-out double is Reed McCauley.
Back-to-back doubles.
Brings up number 1, Dakota Britton.
And Dakota Britton coming up for Laconia. They wouldn't be opposed to possibly getting an insurance run or so. And this is a ball hit up the middle and going to land right in front of Holtz, and that will score a run. It's one pitch, and Britton takes it out to center field, gets himself an RBI single.
Kind of caught Mason in no man's land there. He didn't know whether he should come in because it was a nice rope and step forward, but then he noticed it was going to drop in front. And people that haven't played the baseball out there in the center field and trying to make that read, that is a tough play for the outfielder.
It comes directly at you. That's a tough one. It's really hard to judge how far it's coming out. Sometimes you get some of the guys that react and they take a couple steps forward for it to go over their head. You just don't know. And another hard hit ball out towards right field. And that one is balled in. Is that Cunningham out there in right field?
Yeah.
Cunningham with a nice play. Had to get that thing just before it hit the ground. He had to go to the ground and hauls it in. And that saves, it could have been another run if it got by him. But a nice job, a great play by Ethan Cunningham out in right field. The one run does score, and now it's a 12-6 lead for Laconia. Waupun with 3 outs left to try to get back in the ball game here against Laconia. We'll have that bottom of the 7th coming your way in just 1 minute on Radio Plus.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Homan family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
If you're looking for someone to take care of your tree needs, call Eli at Torres Tree Service of Waupun. He's been in the business for 10 years and started up Torres Tree Service 3 years ago. Eli and his team can remove trees big or small, even those hard to get to trees. They do tree trimming and stump grinding, and the job's not done until they put topsoil and seed where the tree was removed, clean up the debris, and haul it away. Join the many satisfied customers by calling Torres Tree Service in Waupun at 920-344-5887.
In some trouble right now, down by 6 going into the bottom of the 7th inning. Another insurance run for Laconia in the top of the 7th. Braden Larson, his first trip appearance here for Waupun. Coming up to bat, right-handed hitter. And Brady White waiting that bat on deck right now for Waupun. Coach Stanky giving
looks like some changes.
Yeah. Some guys some opportunities to bat here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And we'll probably see if we can get out and get some interviews with Laconia with Greg Smith and a few of his players. If things stay the way they are in the ball game. And now we got everything all squared away, and the first pitch in to Braden Larson is a called strike one. Connor Shaver's still on the mound for Laconia, their third pitcher of the day. And jams them on the next one and fights it off and fouls it off on the first base side. Makes the count 0-2.
Only down by 1 run the Warriors were in the bottom of after 4.
Slowly had to battle, get back in within a run, but an immediate answer with those 5 runs in the top of the 5th inning.
Nice job by the Laconia team. And as you had mentioned before, Lemira, who's coming up tomorrow, is supposed to be doing really well in the flyway.
Yeah, Laconia beat them both those games. This is a slow roller over towards the first base side, picked up by Shaver. Well, underhand over to Grotti at first to get the out number 1. So nobody on, 1 up, 1 down. And that will bring up Brady White.
Out number 2, Brady White. On deck, number 13, Colin Camphouse.
A little meeting with Coach Derek Stanky and the home plate umpire with Bruce Kaufman. But
maybe there's a question about whether it was a foul ball instead of an in play. Maybe I'm not sure.
Colin Camphouse waiting on deck, waiting for his first at bat of the ball game. I don't know if Rich and Shire are still out there listening yet, but
let's hope so.
Grandson Colin waiting on deck right now to get his first swings of the ball game. Fastball's going to miss low into White. Yeah, we'll a chance to talk to a few, I think, the Laconia players and also the coach, Greg Smith. Hopefully they'll have time to do that. So we'll probably bolt out as soon as I can, as soon as the game is done.
So I think that might have been what the conversation was, is that Coach Stanky might have been able to see from there that he wasn't sure if he was on the mound as the.
So Bruce goes out there and
cleans
off the rubber out there. One flick to the right, one flick to the left to his feet, and we are ready to go. 1-2 the count now on White. There's a hop over the Shaver's head. That's going to get picked up by Smith, the second baseman. Throws to Grotti at first to get the out.
Nice play there by the second baseman.
Coach's kid.
Yeah, that's a hard play, too. I mean, that hopper, especially on this field, because it bounces so high.
Yeah, how high is it going to come up when you do get there?
Right, exactly. And then try to make that throw.
2 down, and that will bring up Colin Camphouse.
Trying to get things rolling here for the Warriors after 2 down.
Down 12-6. Next pitch is also going to miss low into Colin. And Char and Rich, just a bunch of grandsons out there, but got the enjoyment of watching all those guys state tournaments, championships.
Yeah,
it's a fun time with those grandsons. A lot of success. I think Colin might be the last of the crew. This one's going to miss high and away. 3-1 the count now to Camphouse.
Ooh. Strike 2.
Kind of rung him up and pull it in.
He wanted to.
Yeah. He gave the old strike 3 call, but that's just the second strike. Makes it now a 3-2 count into Colin. Shaver's pitch. It's going to miss off the plate, and Colin. Waupun on life support, but runner at first base for them. Conrad Davis coming up to bat now for the Warriors. Conrad got to show his wheels running the base path, scoring from first base earlier in the ball game. He can fly. And it's a high ball out towards right field, heading back.
Wow.
And that is...
one hop to the front.
Yeah, made it all the way to the fence, and that is going to score Camphouse all the way from first base with a triple for Conrad Davis. Put a charge in the ball out towards the flagpole in right field. Made it all the way to the fence, and a nice run in there by Camphouse, scoring all the way from first base.
And this is not a knock, but the first person, you don't think of Conrad Davis as a power hitter, one hop to the fence. But a beautiful swing from that left-hand side.
Yeah, it's kind of a compact swing and just brought her around in a hurry. Brings up Hunter Camp again to the plate, who's had himself a heck of a day. 3 for 3 in the game, a couple doubles and a single, and he scored. All 3 times. And then the ball gets past the catcher, and Conrad comes in and scores. Why not? Waupun inching closer now, 12-8. But still 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The 2 runs in. Shelly Stelsel out there thanking us for being here and giving the option of both the radio and the video. Here's a chopper over towards third base, 1 hop. Throw to first is, pulls the first baseman Grady off, but he gets a tag over there, and that is it. Waupun loses by a score of 12-8. So very nice-looking Laconia Spartan baseball team here tonight. We're going to take a break. I'm going to go grab the mic and see if we can get a few interviews with some of the Laconia players and the coach out there and see what they have to say about this ball game and a nice win here against a pretty good Waupun team.
Yeah, stick with us while we're here because we'll get in a couple of commercials. We'll head down there, and then when Steve is ready, we'll interview the guys and get a final lineup here, too. I'll see if I can give you the final line. I've got Laconia scored 12 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors in the defense. Waupun scored 8 runs on 9 hits, but they had 5 errors defensively for the Warriors. We'll be back here shortly after these messages. You're listening to Jeff Sauer and Steve Winterhack here on RP Sports.
HomeandAuto.com. Check out our selection of over 400 new and used vehicles. HomeandAuto.com. Every vehicle from all 4 of our locations in one convenient place. Find your perfect car without leaving home at HomeandAuto.com. New vehicles from Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Chevrolet, Buick, and Ford. Pre-owned from $39.82 and certified pre-owned. Plus the warranties and hometown service you can depend on. Make the Home and Family your first stop at HomeandAuto.com. We make you feel at home at Homan.
Are you missing out on life? Does chronic joint pain prevent you from doing the things you love? I get it. All you think about is pain. This is Dr. Randy Blahoviak with New Medical Center. We have the solution to your problem. If you suffer from debilitating and chronic joint pain, learn how innovative medicine with human cellular tissue products can get you back to living your best life. Call New Medical Center for an alternative approach with innovative medicine at 920-249-8757.
Hi, this is Jackie with All Phase Heating, Cooling, and Geothermal. Let our family take care of yours. We offer American Standard and Coleman furnaces and air conditioners that come with a 15-year parts and a 10-year labor warranty. Schedule us to come out and make sure your furnace, AC, or geothermal units are running at peak efficiency. Serving Fond du Lac, Dodge, Columbia, and Green Lake counties. Call 920-763-2301. That's 920-763-2301. Log on to allphasecomforts.com.
With mycnhistore.com, you can manage your equipment at any time, from anywhere, all from the convenience of your laptop or phone. Just search genuine New Holland parts by category, model, or part number, and keep your equipment running efficiently. Need a genuine New Holland part and don't have time to wait? Visit mycnhistore.com and get it done faster. Waupun Equipment Company, Waupun in Watertown. Log on waupunequipment.com and like them on Facebook.
Welcome back here to the Gus in Waupun. Got Steve Winterhack down on the diamond trying to make a connection with the coach and finding a couple of players there. Again, the Waupun Warriors fall to the Laconia Spartans 12-8. And just wanted to see if we can make a good connection here with Coach Smits and also talk to some of the other Laconia players. Obviously having their little team huddle out there talking about how well they've done. And Steve was able to get the attention of a couple of the boys over there with Coach. And I'm doing a handheld here, so I apologize for the wiggly stuff that's taken place on with the trying to make sure I get rid of that static too that's coming from Steve. So I've been struggling a little bit here to see what I can stop getting on top of my antenna. So waiting for Coach and for Steve to be able to have a conversation with bring some kiddos over here and have a little bit of a conversation with them. Laconia doing a good job coming here and taking Waupun Warriors, beating them on their home turf, 12-8. 8. And he got Steve with the microphone, and we'll see if he can tell us who he's going to be talking to, and we'll zoom in here. Go ahead.
Okay, we're back down on the field here at the Gus in Waupun, and an impressive victory here by the visiting Laconia Spartans, taking it to Waupun early in the game and fighting off a comeback later on in the game. And I've got a few of the players with me right now. I've got Sawyer Schultes with me right now, and Sawyer, nice game. A couple singles, a double, crossed home plate about 3 times in the game. So talk about your team coming into Waupun. It's kind of a tough place to play here, but you guys came out really swinging the bats today.
You see, yesterday at practice, we learned a lot about the turf field and what we're going to play on. A lot of pop flies. We've been working with the wind all season, so we came out here, we tried to get her done, and we just hit the ball today.
Yeah, what's it like out there on this kind of field when you're used to just being on a regular, natural field out there? I know it's a little tough for some of the teams that come in here.
I'll tell you what, that BP at the start of the game when coach is hitting us ground balls, it's a little more serious because we're taking it, we're learning the hops, we're doing everything we can to kind of adjust to the field.
Well, nice game and nice win here today.
Thank you.
Okay, that was Sawyer Schultes joining us. Also, Reed McCauley, again, a great game for you, a couple doubles. Finished strong for the team out there, too, and just talk about your team. Definitely didn't back down from the Waupun team here today. Both teams coming in undefeated, and first time you guys haven't won by just one run this season, but talk about a victory against Waupun here today.
Oh, yeah, we played real well as a team. We've been doing good things in practice and all the hitting and stuff like that, and like Sora was saying earlier, we knew this turf field was going to be hard to play on, and especially the outfield. It's a real short grass compared to ours, so the ball skipped.
It was like it with the wind here today, too. That was kind of tough with the wind blowing out toward you out in left field out there.
The ball definitely carried a lot more, I'll tell you that for free. So, I mean, every ball that was hit to me, I had to think about it twice. I'm like, all right, this one's probably going to go farther than your average hit ball.
Okay, well, a great game today.
Thank you.
Okay, that was Reed McCauley, and now Greg Smith joining us. Thanks for sending the stuff over this morning. But Greg, again, just talk about your team battling against Waupun. And you guys really came out with the hitting shoes on right away and got 6 runs in the first 3 innings. Talk about your team today.
Yeah, well, I was impressed. I mean, it's always good to jump out early, and we did that. Getting a couple runs in that first inning is key always to get ahead. And yeah, the guys never quit. I even until that last out was made, Waupun's a good program, good team. And they've had our number over the last number of years, and I just never felt comfortable until that last out was made. So,
yeah, I just wonder with a couple runs that they put on the board there with some of the backup players they were getting out there. But I thought some nice pitching too, coming in with Carter Farrell in the game, and he really kind of had control of things for those first 3 innings or so that he pitched.
He did. Carter really pitched well the first time he pitched this year, and then this game too. Started to get to him, that third time through the lineup is where we kind of ended things with him, and we brought Ethan in at that point. But Carter pitched a great, whatever, he had 4 innings, whatever. So yeah, he pitched very well for us. So.
What do you think about your team now, getting into the season? A little bit kind of early to make any judgments yet, but a nice win here at Waupun.
Yeah, it's a little premature yet for us, but I mean, we've beat some really good teams. I mean, Waupun being one of them tonight, but we beat Lamira. They're actually picked to win our conference this year, off of the coaches poll, so to speak, and we were able to take 2 from them this year early. So yeah, 4-0 start, I'll take that. It's better than 0-4, excuse me. So.
Well, you do better when you're under 500 when you get to the postseason. Well, thanks for joining me, Greg, and for the time.
Appreciate you coming. Thank you.
Okay, Greg Smith joining us again. Laconia with a 12-8 victory here at Waupun against the Warriors. Tough victory, but a nice-looking team for Laconia, getting in a bit of a roll here in the beginning of the season. We're going to bring it back up to Jeff. Get back up to the camera.
So welcome back here to thank you to Steve and to the players and the coaches for sharing their information with us. I know that I got that popping up there, but trying to get the camera back down. We'll be back on the air again tomorrow where the Waupun Warriors will be taking on the Lamira Lions. So once again, as you heard them talking, Coach Smith's talking, is that Lamira was predicted to win the conference, and right now you've got a Laconia team who is undefeated. And again, a thank you to the players and the coach for doing the interviews with us. We really like to help these kids expand their knowledge base and their opportunities to do things. So it's really important to, at least to me as a educator, to give these kids opportunities to speak publicly and I think it helps out there with the fans as well. And I do thank you guys all for staying with us. And I was going to mention quickly that Shelly Stelzel came and talked to me and said, where are we going to be watching the game from? And we were talking about she can take a walk and listen to the game on the radio or watch it at home. And she certainly was able to pop in here. So, Shelly, thanks for joining in and chiming in. And thanks to everybody for chiming in. Don't know if you wanted something else to add here, Steve?
Nope. I think we just said about all we can say here, but impressive win by Laconia, so congratulations to them. And like I said, they've knocked off the team that's supposed to win the conference. Laconia, 2 games, they got that under their, or Elmira, I should say, their 2 games they played them, and then coming in with a pretty good Waupun program that's 5-0 on the season. So again, they looked pretty rock solid, so we'll have to keep an eye on them too around the area.
Yeah, sounds great. So thanks again for watching. We really appreciate it. Jeff and Steve here for RP Sports, and we'll be back on the air tomorrow as the Waupun Warriors are taking on the Elmira Lions.
Okay, that's it.
Radio Plus Sports.
Free throw line, nice back cut, and a find to Cale Peterson. And Gracie Gopalin puts it up, puts it in, gets knocked to the floor into the free throw line. A little crossover dribble, goes up with the right hand, gets it to go. Waupun on a roll right now. Will go up with the left hand, puts it in. Another steal and a basket for the Randolph Rockets.
Vanderwerf getting the ball to Spies, and she pounds one down and puts it off the arms of Delaney Rudinger and out of bounds. Walda's going to get it near the middle, and DeVries pushes it off to the right.
Off to the races the other way. Throws it up. The Emba throws it down and in. Unbelievable alley-oop to Ben Emba. Throws it down for the 2. What a feed into Ben Emba from Will Sines.
Dual feeds Johannes again. That one off the window and in. Johannes to the line.
Thanks to our sponsors in today's game.
Laconia has the basketball with a chance. Madigan gets it in for Engel. Back to Madigan. Spots up. Got it! He scores!
And people, there are your state champions, the Randolph Lady Rockets. Congratulate them on an unbelievable storybook season. Your Waupun Lady Warriors are champions of Division III girls basketball.
The complete broadcast schedule can be found at radioplusinfo.com.